All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2025-26 Center Grove High School Holiday Invitational. I'm Mark Madden, and with me, as always, the living legend, Brian Lewis. Brian, how you doing, buddy?
Doing great, Mark. Glad to be here again. Hope everybody had a great holiday season. First meet of the new year.
Yep, 2026. Good campaign for both the boys and the girls coming up this session. We'll see some really strong swims today, Brian.
Yeah, this is we talked about this at the county meet. This is going to be Brad Smith's first true lineup of a championship setup here for this meet. A lot of people don't realize the methodology here, but they swam against Zionsville last night. Boys victorious, girls had a good night, but didn't quite win the title last night against the formidable Zionsville High School
Always
swim team.
A strong program, perennially year after year.
And I actually think it was the first time in program history that the boys beat Zionsville in that dual meet. So,
right, absolutely. You know, historically, Eric, the Zionsville Swim Club and Eric Myers have a great tradition. Will Modulin, obviously, being one of their top performers, the Matisse brothers, and many others. But yes, last night Center Grove topped them. Obviously, at County, last time we were televised, Brian, huge days for Henry Linus, breaking his own county record in the 100 back. And then Matthew Quadros, the freshman phenom, breaking both the 100 breaststroke and 200 IM record in the same meet. Both boys also went to junior nationals the week before. And so the boys program really riding high, but they will be tested today. We're going to see a lot of really great head-to-head matchups. Homestead and Center Grove will be going head-to-head here in just a few minutes in the 200 medley relay. Maybe a preview of the A final at State here in a couple of weeks, Brian.
Yeah, as we've talked about in previous broadcasts, boys are already going for their best state finish this year. From a pure point standpoint, on paper, it looks like they have a legitimate shot at getting second or third place at the state. Homestead being one of the teams that's going to be fighting for that second place finish overall. So yeah, we're not going to probably see a lot of records going down today. We saw 9 of them go down at the county meet.
Pretty special day, yes.
Yeah, between county and high school records, 9 of them went down at the county meet. As we've talked about in previous holiday invitationals, this is the time of year where they're broke down and tired.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, there's just different parts of the training cycle, and when you want your athletes to perform. And Brian, you're an alumni of this program, and I think the phrase that I've heard as I've been around on the deck for many years coaching here in this program is learn how to swim tired. You know, learn how to swim fast when you don't feel your best. Those kinds of things. And so that'll be the test today, really, for sure. We have some really great matchups here. This meet is going to be formatted a little differently. We're going to start today. Diving has already finished their preliminary competition with their first 8 dives. They're finishing their final 3 dives. We're actually going to have 2 pools today. The red pool is going to be where the boys swim the majority of their events today, and the white pool is going to be where the girls swim the majority of their events. But first, we're going to swim more of a college format meet today, where we're swimming the 1,000 freestyle instead of the 500, the 400 IM instead of the 200 IM, the 200 backstroke instead of the 100 backstroke, the 200 breaststroke, and some longer events that you would see maybe more in a college-type format. Interestingly enough, today we will have the 100 IM and the 50 backstroke and the 50 breaststroke, which are not traditional events. And maybe, Brian, you can talk a little bit more about the changes in USA Swimming and why we might see those events now.
Yeah, it actually goes all the way up to World Aquatics. They started introducing the 50 format into the hired starred meets. And for those that don't know, when you're talking about World Aquatics and USA Swimming as an organization, they have starred meets 1 through 5, and your 5-star meets being your Olympic trials and your pro series meets and things like that. And so really just to kind of shake things up, the World Swimming Organization decided that they wanted to bring back the 50 format.
I love it. You know, as an age group coach, we would train these guys until they're about 12 years old to compete in 50s of all the events, and then they kind of went away. And I think, you know, some of the joy of swimming is doing those short sprints. I think a lot of people will tell you they love the 50 and they don't necessarily love the miles so much. And so I'm really glad they're bringing that back. It's much faster tempo for televising events as well. Maybe draw a little bit more fan interest and athlete interest in some of those shorter sprints.
Yeah, absolutely. And as Mark mentioned, we're going to be starting off as you can hear our announcer, Craig Linus, on the pool deck. We're getting things underway here. We'll be doing the national anthem in about 5 minutes. The red pool is where we're going to start today's competition, starting out with 1,000 freestyle, and then the 400 IM. We'll take a 5-minute break, and then we'll do the 200 medley relay, which is what we normally start these meets with. And once we conclude that, we're going to take a 10-minute transitional break to move everybody into their respective pools, with the girls in the white to the left and the boys to the right in the red pool.
And just to kind of help you out, for those of you at home who aren't familiar with these events, we'll kind of preview them at each break. Up first in the girls' 1,000-yard freestyle, Savannah Yankee, the freshman newcomer, Brian, who went 5:12 in the county meet and kind of ran away with it, is going to be seeded number 2 in this event against a formidable opponent in Eakin Harper from Bloomington South. Also rounding out the Center Grove field is going to be second place finisher at county, or third place finisher, at county, Netta Weiser, who swam a lifetime best of 5:23 at that event. So she'll be rounding it out. She's also ranked third in this event, so it'll be interesting to see what the girls can do in this first event. For the boys, Moses Weaver is going to head up the Center Grove contingent, seated in at 5:38, but right behind him is going to be Zach Groninger. He's seated in at 10:41. They're going to be going against 2 guys from Homestead, and Josiah Collins and Daniel Jones, who are very, very fast. So that'll be an interesting showdown.
Attending today's meet, we've got Bloomington North Cougars, Bloomington South Panthers, the Center Grove Trojans, Fort Wayne Homestead Spartans, and the Mount Vernon Posey Wildcats. So we can hear the Mount Vernon team down here below us getting ready to go for the start of the meet.
Yeah, and always unsure of what to expect for the day when we have these different events. Obviously, these guys train for these events and swim them long course. Savannah Yankee has swam the 1,000 multiple times as 1,000 meters during the summer with less turns. So it'll be interesting to see if there's any growth or any difference. I think Brad Smith kind of alluded to it earlier. We want to see where they're at and being able to come back after getting hit pretty hard the night before. Swim in practice this morning, seeing how they pan out.
Yeah, Mark and I got here at about 8:30 this morning. The Center Grove team was already in the water. It looked like they probably did about 75% of a full practice. We're guessing around 5,500 yards. Got out, had a full breakfast here on deck, and then got back in the pool.
Jumped back in.
About 23 minutes ago to do another warm-up. So there's no doubt in my mind that they're a bit depleted this morning.
Well, that old adage, you're not supposed to swim 30 minutes after you eat, out the door here. We don't subscribe to that at all, right?
I think that was a bit of an urban legend just to have the parents get a break.
Probably so.
Hey, before we get too far into the swimming, a little bit of an update on the diving that, as we've talked about, has been underway since about 8:30 this morning. For the girls' 1-meter diving, this is unofficial as it's coming off Meet Mobile, but right now Ella Heminger from Homestead is in first place with 367 points. Lainey Hagee from Center Grove in second, and Claire Eilicher from Center Grove in third.
Excellent. That'll really help with the points total.
Yeah, and for the boys, not a big diving contingent today, only 4 divers. Again, this is... I'm not going to read these, or these results have not been updated yet, but it does look like Dathan Schramm, our
Center Grove phenom, right?
Yeah, it seems to break his own record every time he gets on the board.
Every time he touches the board. I know, it's unbelievable.
So he is showing points currently at 516 points, which doesn't surprise me, but
No.
I mean, I think we've got 3 dives left, and
we'll
that's a really high score.
Yeah, we'll have to keep our eye on the record for that one. All right, well, before we get too carried away today, I want to read our sponsors here. Today's Center Grove Swimming and Diving Meet is presented by the Matt Green Agency of American Family Insurance. The Matt Green Agency provides insurance for vehicle, property, personal, and commercial. For a free quote, call 317-780-1000. The Matt Green Agency of American Family Insurance is proud to support today's Center Grove Swimming and Diving Meet coverage. And Brian, I would be remiss if I didn't announce all our other diamond, platinum, gold, silver, and bronze sponsors. Texas Roadhouse has been a great partner for many years for the Center Grove Swim and Dive team. The Sycamore at Mallow Run, Jeff and Danielle Udersals, the Matt Green Agency we just talked about. South of Chicago Pizza, Yard Signs, our gold sponsors, Long Brothers Tree Service, Amy Counts Photography, Red Oak Real Estate, and Caring Transitions. Our silver sponsors, Crossroads Tax Service, Parsettage Custom Homes, Tried and True Ale House, Motivation Driver Education, La Horrenda 2 Mexican Restaurant, South Grove Eye Care, Chick-fil-A, Rise and Roll Bakery, and Center Grove Aquatic Club. And finally, rounding it out, our bronze sponsors, Crumble Cookie, which are absolutely delicious, Brian. It's the only reason I still exercise as an adult. And Panera Bread. Panera Bread, rounding us out there. All right, so we should be doing our national anthem here momentarily.
While we're giving thanks, I would like to just give a shout-out to all of our volunteers, all of our parent timers down there that are helping us out. I see Justin Jaw down there, former Center Grove swimmer, paying his civic rent and helping out with some timing.
Absolutely.
And also like to give a quick shout-out to our officials. We've got a great group of officials on deck today, including Greg Ward, Bev Addis, Barb Chambers, and Kurt Haas. All been around the sport for decades.
Forever.
At least 100 years of swimming experience with us.
I was going to say, since you and I were kids, they've been out there officiating. Also, a big shout-out to Coach Tim, Coach Jason, Coach Brad, and Coach Tony, who are out there leading the Trojans today. Here we go. We're getting ready to hit
quick break for our anthem.
Sorry about that.
All right, Brian, let's go.
It is game time, as we mentioned, starting off in the right side of the red pool. Event number 3, the girls' 1,000-yard freestyle.
All right, in lane 3, Brooklyn Vogel from Bloomington South, seated in at 12 minutes, 15 seconds, and 99 hundredths. In lane 4, from Center Grove, your number 3 ranked athlete, Netta Weiser, seated in at 11 minutes, 20 seconds, and 46 hundredths. Top seed in lane 5, Eakin Harper from Bloomington South, 10 minutes, 32 seconds, and 15 one-hundredths of a second. Seeded number 2, Savannah Yankee from Center Grove High School, seeded in at 10:46.50. Allison Heine from Homestead, seated in lane 7 at 11:22.33. Her and Netta should be going head-to-head for that third position. And in lane 8, Bree Watkins from Bloomington North, seated in at 12 minutes, 25 seconds.
40 lengths to the pool, 650 yards short of doing a mile. The group should stay pretty close probably for the first couple hundred yards until we start seeing some separation.
So in the middle of the pool in the red cap, Savannah Yankee went 5:12 in the 500, seated in at 5:32. So really not 5:32, I apologize. Seated in at 10:46, averaging about a 5:23 for this 1,000. Really hard to come off of that average. I really want to see what she does in the middle of this race. It's really interesting, Brian. The 1,000's a very complicated race. A lot of different points in the race to make your move, so to speak. But right now, Savannah going head-to-head with Eakin Harper as they come off the first 100 here.
Yeah, 14 seconds difference between their seed times, so it's really great to see. I mean, actually, the top 4 swimmers are all relatively close. Harper is getting a little bit of an advantage as we complete the first 100 yards.
I think, too, though, as you look at their tempo, Savannah's got a very long stroke, and Harper's turnover rate is just a little bit higher, and that might be showing you maybe a little bit of the difference in tempo. Hopefully that favors Yankee in the back half of this race, as she will have the ability to kind of crank it up a little bit, so to speak, We'll see how that pans out. In third place, we also have a very, very close race. Seated in at 11:22, Allison Heine from Homestead, and Netta Weiser seated in at 11:20. Just 2 seconds separate those two. It'll be really interesting to see how the back half of the race goes for those two as well. And so keep your eyes on both the first and second and third and fourth race there.
Yeah, I always have as much fun watching the coaches as I do the swimmers, especially in these longer distances. We've got our distance coach on deck, Jason Height. You can really start to find out where the swimmer's at with the race plan based on how they're giving them the hand signals.
When they become animated, yes. For some reason, as swim coaches, we always think our athletes can hear us, even if they're nine lanes away from the side of the pool. I don't know if that's part of the requirements of the job, but I know I was notorious for doing that.
So just wrapping up our first 200 yards, Harper Eakin in first place with Savannah Yankee about 3/4 of a body length behind at this point. Tempos are still looking really strong. Still have a battle for that second or third place position between Netta Weiser and Allison Heine.
Both Heine and Weiser went out in 2:11. Harper holding 32:15, and Yankee not that far behind, Brian, holding 32:78, about 0.6 separates the two on their splits. We'll see how this holds out here in the middle. Well, we're not quite at the middle yet, but getting close to the middle of the race here. All right, as they're getting ready to flip here for the next split, Harper now kind of lengthening it out over Yankee. Looks like she's coming in at 32:20, still holding that 32 low. Yankee dipping up to 33:03, and she's starting to crank it up now a little bit.
Which is a little surprising at this point in the race. I don't know what the race strategy is for Harper there, but she definitely is pulling away from Savannah Yankee, now about 2 body lengths ahead. Still a lot of yardage to go, so it's still too early to call the race, but we still have a neck-and-neck fight for second or third place between Netta and Allison.
Yeah, Netta and Allison's very, very tight. I think that's going to be a really close race. Their seed times are less than 2 seconds apart. It'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. Looking back to the middle of the pool again, Yankee is now 33:22, kind of settling into that 33. Eakin Harper are now kind of pulling away, settling in at 32 low and kind of staying there. All right, here we go, flipping at the wall. And it looks like Harper's going to stay on that 32:36. Yankee coming in at 33:35. And I think this is where both of them are going to live here for the middle part of this race, Brian.
Yeah, typically we'll start seeing them try to negative split the 50 times, maybe around the 300 mark towards the end of the race. So it will be interesting to see what happens. Again, Savannah's been a long-time veteran of this program. She's still got some juice in the tank.
Yeah, she's still got some juice in the tank. She is very consistent on her repeats. Finding that 33 and kind of sitting there is kind of what we expected out of her. And so that's, again, 33:49. And so that's pretty much what her race plan is. Probably, as you see her, as you like to call it there, cranking it up, she'll probably sit somewhere around that 31 or 30, coming home in that last 100 or so.
Netta in lane 4 looking to pick up her tempo here a bit. I don't know if that's just to try to improve race position or if she's into that part of the meet where she's going to start trying to drop some times on her intervals here. This is going to be wrapping up her 500 yards, so halfway for her.
Yep, she's about half a second to a quarter second behind.
Harper and Savannah still at that 32-33 respectively. You called it. They're holding right there in that pattern for the time
right
being.
There. And holding 106, listen, Brian, holding 106 for 10 100s is formidable. It's very good. And honestly, if she continues to hold that, Yankee's seated in at 10:46. Holding 106 is pretty good.
Harper back at the wall again, 32-36. Savannah passing the flags. We'll see what her split time is here in just a second. Coming into 33:20.
Dropping down about 0.2. We'll see if she kind of cranks it up here. You can kind of tell on their kick. And as they kind of crank up their kick a little bit, that's when you can tell they're kind of putting a little bit of extra juice into their effort. And Yankee definitely taking her kick up here on this 25.
Harper now has about a half of a pool length lead on first place, coming in at the 600 yards, I believe, 32-24.
I can almost set my watch to that. Looks like Weiser's kind of pulled in.
Yeah, Weiser's definitely
Allison
picking up her
Heine,
tempo. Let's check out her split time.
We'll keep an eye on that. She's within a shoulder length there. And they'll get into this turn here, and I bet she's less than a tenth off here.
34-61 for Netta.
34-88, and she's making her move against her here. And I expect these two to go back and forth probably the majority of this race.
Harper continuing to just inch away at the times, 32-18. You can definitely, to your point, see her kick picking up and her stroke count. Savannah, 33-84, a little bit of an up or add to that 50 split time.
Living in that 33 range, though, I think is really, really where she's at for this race. And again, this is a very long race, very, very brutal.
And Netta taking the lead from Allison Heine, just split a 34.05. That was about a half-second drop from her last 50.
And Heine at 34.79, so yeah, about 7 tenths. And
Harper just hitting it at 32.29, just continuing that monster pace.
Yankee's split coming in. Yankee at 33.11, 33 low. If she can live there, I think that's really going to be where she's at. She can stay down at 33 low. You know, you wouldn't think it, but 0.6 of a second on a split when you have 40 of them or whatever or 20 of them, I'm sorry, or whatever is significant.
Yep, so we got the coaches starting to get up to the side of the pool here, and they're going to start getting animated. It does look like they're pretty happy with what Netta's doing. She's continuing to pull a little bit away from Allison Heine of Homestead.
You know what I like about Netta's stroke, too, as it compares to her opponent? Her head position's really low every time she breathes, and you can tell it makes just a micro amount of difference to get her further down the lane, and I think that's going to be her advantage technique-wise as she finishes this race. Harper Eakin coming in. I'm going to guess 32 low, Brian.
Netta splitting a 34.41, pretty consistent there.
Eakin 32.17, and Weiser now putting about a body length on Allison Heine.
You can see Savannah starting that gallop stroke as she's getting into the back half of this race.
32.95, Brian. First 32 in a while.
She's really digging deep. You know this is where they're super tired after all the yards they've done this morning.
Absolutely.
So probably going to be one of the hardest races, that and the 400 IM today.
Well, you know, and so many times, Brian, because the field is so wide, this race is really against yourself. Like you are trying to execute your race plan to perfection, and really the drop is going to come from you swimming it better than you did the last time, not swimming an opponent next to you. And look at Netta Weiser now putting a whole body length in for third place. Center Grove going 2-3 right now.
You can just see the competitive spirit in Netta. Harper Eakin is just passing her at this time, and Netta's trying to keep up
with her.
Let's see what the split time is. You can definitely see that she is trying to stay shoulder to shoulder with her.
Last split for Yankee, 33.03. Eakin, 32.61, a little slower than her last couple ones. And Weiser really getting after it, really putting some distance now between her and Heinke. And you can see she's got a full body length, maybe a body length and a half, Brian.
Savannah's split 33-19. If they've got to move, they're going to have to make it now as we enter into the last probably couple 50s of this event.
Yep. Here's the bell. 32-23. And Eakin Harper splitting 10.09. Netta Weiser really pulling away now. 2 body lengths. I think that third place is secure, and looks like Center Grove's going to go 2-3 in this event, Brian.
Yep, clock currently at 10 minutes and 30 seconds. Harper Eakin seed time at 10:32, so not going to be anywhere near a personal best, but I think this just is a great example of how worn down these kids are.
This is a hard event to swim out coming off of Christmas practice for sure.
So Harper Eakin comes in with a final time of 10 minutes and 41 seconds. And Savannah Yankee passing the flags for her last few yards. She was seated at a 10:46 and going to end up at
10:56. 10:56.35.
Yep. Both respectable swims for where we are at this part of the season.
Absolutely. Finishing second, Savannah Yankee, and really putting some distance. What a great back half for Netta Weiser. seated in at 11:20, Brian. She may come off of her time. 11:18, a time drop. Look at that. Apparently practice before swimming isn't a problem for her.
Yeah, Net is seated at 11:20.46, going to 11:18. That's a really great sign to see at this point in the season, Mark.
Absolutely.
So looking up ahead a little bit as our last swimmers finish up in the boys 1,000 free, we've got Quinn Corbett Clarkson for Bloomington North in lane 2, Ben Simon in lane 3 for Bloomington South, Moses Weaver for Center Grove in 4, Josiah Collins, Homestead in 5, Daniel Jones, Homestead in lane 6, Zach Groniger of Center Grove in lane 7, and finishing us out is Ricky Eakin from Bloomington South in lane 8.
So Weaver and Groninger have both been stalwarts in the 500-yard freestyle this year for the boys team, but they are ranked 3 and 4 in this event, ironically enough. Josiah Collins with a blistering sub-10-minute time in this 1,000. That means he's splitting his 500 in under 5 minutes, Brian. That is just repeating 4:59 is lights out. That's really good.
Yep.
Daniel Jones repeating about 5:07 on his best time. So we look for those two guys to kind of run away with this event, but really keep our eyes early, like in the last event, keeping your eyes on them early to see if they're setting themselves up for a time drop or what have you as we kind of go through this event.
Yeah, and just being around Zach Groniger as long as I have, I mean, he's normally a guy that goes out pretty fast, so he's going to have a smart race, and as you mentioned on the girls, he's going to have to swim his own race,
yes.
Not worry about who's next to him, because if he tries to keep up with Daniel Jones for too long, he might empty the tank a little early. Hopefully, as he's gotten a little older, he's gotten a little bit more mature on swimming his own race. So
absolutely. So hopefully we'll see how this shakes out. It should be a really good race. Moses Weaver has two very different styles between these two athletes. Moses Weaver has a very long stroke. Zach Groninger, high tempo, and so it'll be interesting to see. But you can tell as Moses goes out there, that right arm just stays above his head for a very, very long time. And so that's going to be something we keep our eyes on, as he swims. A lot of distance per stroke in that technique.
Yeah, just as in with the girls, lanes 4 through 7 are very tightly packed in this first 50. Still just trying to fill each other out. I did notice Daniel Jones on that. Josiah Collins on that first 25 hit the 15-meter mark off the blocks. So that was pretty awesome.
Pretty good for 1,000. You don't usually see him go to the 15-meter mark in the 1,000. We don't want to hold our breath that long.
Moses Weaver looking really strong with probably the fastest tempo kick.
Listen,
these
guys
are
swimmers out like a rocket. 54, 55, first 100. Holy cow. 54.81 for Collins, 55.17 for Daniel Jones, and 55.74 for Weaver. That is out very fast for the 1,000.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if they're going to settle down within the first 200 yards.
Well, I think the thing that's really interesting with Josiah Collins there in the middle of the pool, Brian, and you were a 200-yard specialist kind of in college. Watch his feet. There is no movement on that guy's feet, yet he still continues to widen that gap between his opponents. That's going to play a huge difference in in how he expels energy and what kind of effort he's going to have available at the end of this race. And I can tell why he goes 9:59 just based on that.
Yeah. Between Moses, Josiah, and Daniel, just looking like they're out for a Sunday drive at this point.
I mean, there is no water coming off his feet. For everybody at home, the only other person I know that swims like that is the most famous women's distance freestyler ever, Katie Ledecky. There's no kick off the back of her feet. And you can kind of see it on Josiah's technique there, Brian. Very, very smooth.
As expected, Josiah and Daniel are pulling away from Moses and Zach Groniger at this point, but they are still within striking distance. Starting to really settle in. Still, Josiah and Daniel splitting 30 seconds.
30.22, 30.01 for Collins. Still almost splitting under. And that would go along with that 9:59. I mean, you got to split right under 29 or right under 30 each time.
Just about to finish up the first 300 yards here with Josiah and Daniel in first and second, respectively. Look at Zach Groniger making a move.
He is
at
making
the 300
a move. 300. Bold.
I think he's trying to make a point with Moses over here, his teammate.
3 flat for Groninger. 254.89, 255.16. In the middle of the pool, both Collins and Jones.
That's a bold move for Groninger.
That is a bold move.
Making a move at this point in the race.
We're only 30% of the way through this race, and to make a move that early, a lot of confidence, right? Got a lot of confidence in your plan.
Yeah, surprisingly, it looked like Moses was the one that maybe went
out
a
early.
little too fast. But, yeah, Zach doing the exact opposite and sitting back a little bit, but making his move now.
Looking good. Looking good.
Moses just split a 32-32. We'll see what Josiah and Daniel do at this point.
Looks like they're getting ready to hit the 16th length here at 400 yards, Brian. We are under 5-minute pace.
Still at 30.29.
30.29. Teammates, obviously, both from Homestead. I'm sure they train next to each other, and this is just another training set. Another set of 10-100s for these two as they go out in the middle of this race.
Zach just going a 31 on that 50, and Moses at a 32 mid. Still holding very strong for both where they were with the way they started this race.
30.61, 30.55 for the two from Homestead. Cruising right along, 426. These guys are going to go about 456 for this first 500, Brian.
Touching the wall at 440.
Maybe
Zach,
maybe 454. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Zach is now probably half a pool length ahead of Moses Weaver.
And coming in at 456.
Still
for the first
repeating 30
yeah.
seconds per 50.
Yeah, these guys are in the zone. I think they're both going to be right around that 10-minute mark. Zach Groninger coming in at 31.39. Moses Weaver coming in at 33.27. And our two stalwarts from Homestead flipping at 30.67 and 30.78. And I'm just waiting for Collins here in the middle of the pool to make his move. Still sitting on that 30. And it looks like he's starting to lengthen it out a little bit, Brian.
I'm starting to see a kick.
Yeah, maybe. He's still just cruising along. 30.74, 30.77.
Zach Groninger seated at a 10:41, coming in what I believe at the 600, the 600 meter or yard mark. Just split a 31.60. He just went a 6:08.
If he can hold on to this one, right? Rodeo ride this one. He's definitely going to get a really good time drop in there. We'll see how the back half of this race goes.
Yeah, I mean, the way he's going right now, he could be sub 10:30.
Yeah, I agree. We'll see if he can hold on to it. 30.43 and 31. The first 31 swam by either one of these boys just now. Daniel Jones just ripped off a 31.14, and we're starting to see maybe a little separation between the two of them.
Results for diving: in 9th from Center Road, Annabelle. 8th from Center Road, Chloe. 7th place.
And here these two come in.
Laney. 6th place from Bloomington.
About a body length now for Collins.
Bloomington, Cece.
30.73 for Collins, 30.99 for Jones. Groninger coming in, not that far behind. Really a lot of power for him in this part of the race. Groninger coming in at 31.72. We're getting ready to close it out here. About 2 minutes left in this race, 2.5 minutes left in this race here, Brian. Collins coming in. Still holding that 30.76. These guys were out in 4:56 for the first 500. That's pretty formidable.
I don't know if you guys heard it or not, but our deck announcer just announced the diving results. As soon as we have those officially updated on Meet Mobile, we'll announce those on here, but the diving competition has concluded. which means as soon as we complete the 400 IM, then we'll be transitioning to 2 pools.
And right at 8 minutes, 30.97 for Collins, still holding on to those 30s. Jones now above the 31 mark again at 31.08.
Groninger starting to drop some time.
32.10 for Groninger. Moses Weaver getting ready to come in here. He's about 100 down. Weaver coming in at 32.99. Collins, 30.56. Jones, 30.86. Looks like both of them are ramping up here for their final push. Groninger, 32.09.
Yeah, really picking up his kick pace here as we are in the last couple.
He's been super consistent this race, Brian. Holding right at that 32, living in 32 land for most of this race. Collins, 30.42. Jones, 30.47. Both of them are ramping up. I'm just waiting for Collins to kick, Brian. There he goes. He heard me.
There he goes.
He heard me.
75 yards left in the race for Collins and Jones.
There he goes. Look at that. There's finally some water coming off his feet.
Don't think we're going to see a sub 10-minute time today.
It's going to be close.
It's going to be very close. Just went a 29.71.
He has to go 28. He's got to go 28. He swims a lifetime best. Look at all the water off the feet, Brian. And that is really special. Anytime you see something under 10 minutes, it's a special race.
Yeah, it's going to be really close. Off the last turn, a 9.46 for Josiah Collins. About half a pool length left. Under the flags.
2, 1, plus 1. What a swim. 28.95 to finish. Daniel Jones, 28.28 to finish. 10 flat.
Daniel Jones seated at a 10.14, rips out a 10.02.
He can thank his teammate for that, I think, yes? He paced him out the whole way.
Yeah. Zach Groninger coming in with his finish here in lane 7.
31.21. Great time for him.
Seated at a 10.41.
Huge drop. 10.23.85.
10.23.
What a great swim by Zach Groninger.
What a great swim. He's got to be super excited
about
that.
Well, to your point before the race, Brian, he executed a great race plan, holding 32 most of the way. Didn't go out too fast, didn't panic. Moses Weaver coming in at 31.48 for 10.41.92. Good job, gentlemen.
Yeah, one heck of a race for Zach Groninger.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he's been swimming the 500 and been getting better and better and better. His sophomore campaign stronger than last year, but definitely had a good time last year, breaking 5 minutes for the first time in the 500 and really showcasing what he's capable of more than sprinting.
Yeah, he's really tendering to his right shoulder down there. I hope that he didn't strain it.
Yeah. That was a great swim. Unbelievable swim. Okay, up next, girls 400-yard IM. We've got 2 heats of this. Up first, Audrey Johnson from Bloomington North, seated in at 5:55.25. Chloe Madeira from Bloomington North, seated in at 5:33.89. And Sophia Wren from Bloomington North, seated in at 5:40.25. The second heat is where we're going to see our county lineup. We're going to start seeing the county lineup shown to us again on the girls' side. We have Avery Matern, Eliza Shop, and Kinsley Ayersman for our next heat. And Avery Matern, boy, she looked really good last week, Brian, at County.
Girls 400 IM, heat 1 of 2.
Arguably one of the toughest races that we have in all of the races in swimming.
My least favorite, for sure. I was a 200 IMer. Everybody's like, you swam the 200 IM. Don't you love the 400? I'm like, no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not favorite. Not the favorite. My daughter also is a 400 IMer, also not her favorite. I don't know, Brian, does Isaac enjoy the 400 IM?
He swam it well, but did not like it.
Did not like it, yes.
I mean, it really, in order to be a good 400 IMer, you've got to be a 5-tool swimmer, and, I mean, really good at technique.
Flawless, yes.
Yeah, at your endurance, your stroke technique, I mean, all of it comes into play in this race.
It will expose all of your shortcomings for sure. Obviously the longer you train, you can finish it, but it just doesn't feel You can tell as a swimmer, and you can attest to this, Brian. As a swimmer, you can tell when it doesn't feel like your best or your strongest. And I never got out even when I swam this event well, I never got out of the pool and said, man, I felt really strong in that event, you know.
Chloe Madeira on our early leader here as we're going into the second 50 of the butterfly. All three swimmers in this heat are from Bloomington North, and all seated within about 15 seconds of each other. So we shall see where their strengths and weaknesses are at here.
Madeira actually coming out pretty well. Her butterfly looks pretty strong. She'll be getting ready to transition over to backstroke here. Not really that bad of a time, Brian, coming out in about 1:13. Pretty strong for that first leg.
Got a whole crew over here at the white pool getting it ready for our competition, which will be starting here in about 30 minutes in the white pool as we split the boys and girls. Boys will be in the red, girls will be in the white.
All right. Audrey Johnson just finished her first 100. Transitioning over to backstroke.
Chloe Madeira pulling away about 3 body lengths ahead as she goes into the second 50 of her backstroke, followed by her teammate Sophia Wren in lane 6.
All right. Madeira getting ready to wrap up her last 25 of the backstroke, transitioning to the midpoint of this race. Arguably the toughest part of this race, 100 breaststroke leg. You know, really to hit that leg as hard as you need to hit it in order to swim well. You're already pretty tired after swimming 200 yards, you know. And this is the one, if you don't have really sound technique, minus butterfly, it's really going to show. It's going to show up in your time for sure. Going to show up in your time. Up in this next heat, which kind of segues into our next heat, Avery Matern turning in a 103 in the 100 breaststroke at County. Fastest time for her in quite some time. Really look to see what she can do in this next heat. Also, though, not to be undersold, Eliza Shop, the junior transfer, coming in to Center Grove this year, also making a lot of noise in the 100 breaststroke last week at County, finishing top 5. So really good showdown. Obviously, Brian, our best IMers are almost always breaststrokers. Michael Phelps kind of being the exception. He never won a medal in the breaststroke, but was always the best 200 IMer or whatever. But yes, Eliza Shop and Avery Matern going head-to-head. And then the freshman, Kinsley Ayersman, seated in at 5'10", looking to see if she can maybe drop just a little bit of time here. She also swam the 200 IM at County and finished for the first time in under 220, which is for a freshman kind of an earmark kind of time standard that you want to kind of meet. And so really excited to see what she can do coming off of Christmas practice here. Those 3 girls will be up in the next heat. Madeira getting ready to finish her third 100 here and transition over to her 100 freestyle. 49.86.
Just under a 4:20 in the overall time. Continuing to pull away from her teammate Sophia Wren up there in lane 6. Yeah, this last 100 is just finish.
Yes. Absolutely. Still got a lot of kick left there for Madeira in the middle of the pool. Good sign. Very good sign. And 38.72 on her last 50 here. No bell for this event. You guys kind of heard the bell maybe for the 1,000 and the 500. You've heard the bell. No bell for the 400 IM though.
Chloe Madeira is seated at a 5:33.89, hitting the wall at 5:16 on her last 25. Could see a potential time drop for her here. Sophia Wren stayed at a 5:40 and just hit the wall at 5:25. Also should see a time drop. So it looks like Chloe's going to come in right at her, or just a little bit above her seed time.
38:01 for a 5:35:41, right near her seed time. Wren, 5:45 and change, 38:26 for her last 50. Seated or coming in at 5:45:14.
And we've got heat number 2 going to be up on the blocks here in just a minute. Arisman in 2, Wang in 3, Shop in 4, Forsyth in 5, Matern in 6, Risley in 7, Biltz in 8, and Verbrick in 9.
And for those of you watching at home, just to remind you, the bottom of your screen is lane 1. The top of your screen will be lane 10. We don't have anybody in lane 10 in this event, but the top of your screen is lane 10. And we will be, after the 400 IM, we will be transitioning in between pools, trying to catch as many athletes as we can as they swim. And we'll be reporting results from both pools as well. All right.
Heat 2.
Audrey Johnson finishing out from Bloomington South, 6:38:58.
Heat 2.
As mentioned, this is going to be a shootout in the middle of the pool between Bailey Forsyth at 4:49, Avery Matern at 4:50, and Eliza Shop at 4:53. A strong event for the Center Grove girls squad. We will see how this shakes out. Already putting a points lead on the board from the 1,000, where Yankee and Weiser went 2-3. You know, Brian, I got to believe if Avery Matern can stay close through the breaststroke, this is a done deal. Avery Matern, a great breaststroker, one of the best in the state at 103. And I got to think if she can stay close and just keep it close through breaststroke, she's got an advantage in this race.
Yeah, Bailey off to an early lead here with a 30.24 split. 30.5.
Shop down there for Center Grove in lane 4, fighting it out with Leah Risley from Homestead in lane 7.
Relatively tight pack for the first 100 butterfly here. Bailey pulling ahead.
Well, and the thing I notice about Matern, breathing every stroke, really trying to control that breathing. And Forsyth maybe going 2 down, 1 up. We'll see if that makes any difference there towards the end of the race.
Both Bailey and Avery popping up just past the flags. Backstroke is a much stronger stroke for Avery than the butterfly. But as your point, we'll see here when she gets into the breaststroke what's really going to happen.
Keeping it close, staying on her hip there. Transitions are really important in this 400 IM. You got a lot of them. So keeping those underwaters clean, getting a lot of distance off of them, really important. Shop now, sitting here, making kind of a mini move. Also a great breaststroker, trying to hold on to that third place position.
Yeah, Emily Wang, Eliza Shop, and Leah Risley all very, very close to each other.
Avery Matern just staying right there at her hips, knees, and feet. Getting ready to transition into that breaststroke leg. We'll see if she can bring out the magic here. And I think Shop has a slight lead with her feet on the wall first.
Yeah, really, really tight race. I mean, you've got Avery and Bailey fighting it out for first place, but you've got 3 or 4 swimmers fighting out for that next spot.
Matern has the pull down first, and we'll see if she can bring it up. It's 100, not a 50, folks. So already bringing in a little bit better tempo. You can see she's catching her. She's reeling her in, Brian.
We say this almost every time, but such a technical swimmer when it comes to the stroke technique. Distance per stroke is absolutely amazing.
It is. It's good. It's very good.
Emily Wang taking a little bit of a lead from that next spot as she fights it out with Eliza Shop and Leah Risley.
Forsyth, 39.63. Matern, 38.94. Matern's going to need to crank it up here in this last 75 or so to challenge for that title.
Maybe 1 yard away from being shoulder to shoulder with Bailey Forsyth as we go into the last 25 of this breaststroke.
And I think she's closed the gap to under a second here. We'll see if she can take her tempo up. Will Matern reach for it? And it looks like she is. Here she goes, Brian.
Again, Bailey Forsyth seated a 4:49.52, and right behind her, Avery Matern at a 4:50 flat.
And I think Matern's got her here at the turn.
I think she's got her at the turn.
She's
the first to hit the wall. 38.80.
Long stretch on that turn, Brian. Stayed underwater a long time. Matern, an amazing freestyler, and it looks like Forsyth is out of gas.
Yeah, Avery just took a commanding lead. Now at least a body half in a length lead. Split a 3:36 on that.
Great back half move in this race, Brian, and as predicted, the breaststroker prevails. Let's keep our eyes down here at Shop, trying to hold on here against Wang for third and fourth place. They're going to be in lanes 3 and 4 on your screen there.
Kensley Erisman at a 4:05 to go into the freestyle. Again, seated a 5:10. Could be in a position for a time drop here. Avery Matern hitting the last 25 at 4:22.
Cranking it up. She's going to break 5 minutes, Brian, for sure. Seated in at 4:50. Avery Matern set up for a substantial time drop here.
Big time drop. Going past the flags at a 4:34. Going to hit the wall at sub 4:40.
4:38. 30.74 to close out the race. 4:38.54. What a move in the breaststroke, Brian.
11.5 second time drop for Avery based on her C time.
Wayne coming in third. 34.90. Shop coming in fourth. 34.09. 4:52.89 for Wang. Shop 4:54.73. Center Grove going 1-4 and taking the event on points. Kinsley Erisman finishing up her day. 34.08 for her to finish with a total time of 5:14.44.
Slight add with Kensley and with Eliza, but again, at this point in the game, 1-4 is not bad.
1-4. Good swims, girls. All right, up next.
Going to the boys, heat 1 of 2. Griffin Butts in 4, Denver Gilmer in 5, and Josh Frazier in 6. We've got 2 no-time swimmers here with Denver Gilmer having the only seat time at a 5:37.
So what a great race we just witnessed there, Brian. The girls really taking it out. Avery Matern showing her versatility as a 400 IMer now. Not really her best event, but boy, she put down a great time drop for this point in the year. Up next, though, in the next heat, the school record holder Matthew Quadros, who ended up going 151 in the 200 IM last weekend or 2 weekends ago at County, is seeded number 1 at 4:15.86. Seeded number 2, the 200 butterflyer Jaden Jha, seeded in at 4:18.06. These guys are substantially below the rest of the field. At third place, seeding in, is Nathan Sackett from Homestead at 4:27.82. This is really a showdown between 2 guys who specialize in very different strokes. Jha being the butterfly specialist and Quadros being the breaststroke specialist. So it should be a real good showdown between teammates here in this next heat.
Yeah, it'll be really fun to watch how they both approach this race. You would suspect that with Jaden being the 200 flyer that he would take an early lead, but Quadros is such a competitor that you never know what he's going to do.
Well, he's a really good repeater. He's kind of the hybrid. He can sprint and he can repeat, and so when you watch his 200 breaststroke time later today, he'll go out really fast, but he'll be able to repeat right at that 30-second, making him a senior national qualifier in that event at age 15, which is almost unheard of. Really swimming against 22-year-old men and being able to compete with them at 15 years old is quite a feat. Quite a feat.
The school record in the 100 breast previously was a 56.73. Matthew broke the record at County twice.
Crushed it, yes.
Yeah, crushed it.
Yes, by almost 3 seconds.
Yeah, and so, the point being is when he swam that 200 breaststroke at Junior Nationals, he took out the first 100 of that 200 in a 55.
That is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Being able to hold on to speed like that, though, true, is a testament to his mentality and how he works, and he's definitely very special. So anyway, it'll be great to see that showdown between the two of them in the next heat here. Right now, we're getting ready to hit the midway point in our 400 IM for the boys. While we're got a little bit of a second here, though, we're going to read from our sponsors. Today's Center Grove Swimming and Diving Meet is being presented by the Matt Green Agency of American Family Insurance. The Matt Green Agency provides insurance for vehicle, property, personal, and commercial. For a free quote, call 317-780-1000. The Matt Green Agency of American Family Insurance is proud to support today's Center Grove Swimming and Diving Meet coverage. All right. And Matt Green, been a longtime supporter of the program. We appreciate his patronage.
Denver Gilmer with the lead as we finish up the first 50 of the breaststroke. In second place is Josh Frazier, and rounding out the field is Griffin Butts in lane 4. Denver Gilmer hitting the wall right at 3:06 for the first 300 yards.
Splitting out at 43.18. On pace to go about 128 in this leg here. Josh Frazier splitting 43.64 at 3:17.39.
Then Griffin coming in at a 51.25.
All right. Getting ready for that last 100 freestyle leg. Denver Gilmer going to split about a 3:48, 3:49 here in the breaststroke. 43.25, 127 total for that leg. 3:49.91. Griffin Butts from Center Grove, Josh Frazier from Center Grove, 45.87, 4:03.26. Griffin Butts, 52.29, 4:17.78. 35.27 for Denver Gilmer, getting ready to finish up his last 50. Josh Frazier, 35.64 for his leg.
Denver Gilmer seated a 5:37.44 halfway down the pool. We're at 4:50.
Unbelievable time drop.
Absolutely. Past the flags at 4:55.
Breaking 5 minutes here. 4:58.
Man, 4:58 seated a 5:37. That's an incredible time drop.
That was a good Christmas cycle there for him. Good swim. Great swim.
Josh Frazier finishing out his race at right around a 5:13. Last split was a 34:52. Official time 5:13.42.
Good swim for Josh. And rounding it out here, Griffin Butts.
With a no time
5:28.
5:28, yep.
All right, as mentioned, Heat 2 in the middle of the pool. In lane 5, Matthew Quadros. And lane 6, Jaden Jaw for Center Grove. In lane 2, Jason Madeira. Lane 3, Cameron Siphon Faden. In lane 4, Nathan Sackett. In lane 5, Quadros. In 6, Ja. In 7, Harrison Webb. In 8, Noah Simon. And rounding us out in lane 9 is Vega Burchett.
And off we go. As we were talking about, let's see what happens in this first 100 in the fly between Jaden and Matthew.
And Ja wasting no time taking this out.
Matthew looking super comfortable. Long underwater with Matthew.
Long underwater. Wow.
Jaden taking off with an early lead, as we not surprised by that. Hitting the wall at 26-21.
Wow.
Our two homestead swimmers with Nathan Sackett and Harrison Webb staying right with Matthew on this 100 fly, which by all stretches is not Matthew's strongest stroke.
No, he's definitely going to swim the middle of this race, backstroke to breaststroke, incredibly well. Matthew, as an age grouper, was a state qualifier in top 5.
Jaden hitting a 55 on that first 100 fly.
Lights out. Matthew was a finalist in the 100 backstroke as an age grouper. Every year he swam, and this is going to be a really good part of the race for him. These middle two strokes. You
Yeah.
can see the rest of the field kind of catching up to Jaden here already.
Yep. No doubt in my mind that we'll see a switch with the leader in this race at the end of this backstroke. It's really going to see what happens with Matthew in that breaststroke, and then Jaden just being such a strong swimmer from an endurance standpoint. We'll just have juice in the tank on that last 100 that nobody else will have.
Absolutely. And breaststroke and butterfly are considered short axis strokes. The mechanisms that we use to propel ourselves down the lane are not indifferent to each other. This backstroke leg, though, might be the kryptonite for Jaden Shaw.
Matthew hitting the wall on the turn in at a 148 as we go into the first 200. Looks like we're going to be just a tad over maybe 205-ish on the first 200 of this race. Yeah, Matthew utilizing that bucket turn, which we're starting to see a lot more in the higher levels of swimming.
And here we go, Matthew kind of pulling away here. Breaststroke being his specialty, back half of the race, and there's going to be a lead here that's going to be insurmountable for the rest of the field, I think. Definitely a fight for second place here between Ja in lane 6 and Sackett from Homestead in lane 4. Quadros splitting out at 32.89. And he's just moving down the lane. Let's see if Ja can bring it in here. 75 yards, or not 75, I'm sorry. 150 to go. Wrong event. I apologize.
Matthew just continuing to pull away from the rest of the field. At least 3 body lengths ahead at this point, maybe a half a pool length. Jaden just off the feet of Sackett from Homestead.
Let's see if Ja can back half this here. He's about 3/4 of a body length down. Definitely not out of reach for 100 freestyle, though.
Matthew transitioning into the last 100, the freestyle. Total time so far, 3:14. Jaden going to do what we know he's going to do, just muscle through this last 100. Let's see if we can get a 1-2 finish for Center Grove here.
.96. Looks like Quadros is maybe going to split a 101 or sub 1 minute for this last leg, which would be really good.
Yeah, not sure that we'll see an improvement on his seed time at this point.
Ja's charging here. Let's see if he can make it happen in this last 50, Brian. It's going to be really close.
Sackett seated at a 427. He's having one heck of a race here. But Jaden's on the attack.
He's up and he's got it.
Both swimmers sprinting on the last 15 yards.
Ja closing. Will he get in there? I think he's got it, Brian. He got it. Wow. Third place for Jaden Ja.
Matthew with about a half a second drop on his seat time. Absolutely awesome.
2/100ths of a second between Ja and Sackett. That's as close as they get.
Yeah, I thought Jaden had that one. Sackett must have just gone in under the water and got it with the tip of his finger.
Great 1-3 showing by Center Grove here. 4:15.48 for Quadros. Ja a little off his pace at 4:21.96. Still a great swim for this where they're at in the cycle. Great showdown between Sackett and Ja.
As we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, we are going to be making that transition here. We have the 200-yard medley relay for the boys and girls, which will be our next 2 events. And once we conclude that, we'll be taking a 10-minute break, and then we'll be splitting pools. But we do have a quick 5-minute break after this event, probably because we've got some swimmers that just swam the 400 IM that need a few minutes to collect themselves before they get right back up on the block and do the 200 relay.
We've got a 5-minute break before the 200 medley relays. 5-minute break. The time is now 11:19. We'll be getting things back underway.
All right, so for this portion of, as Brian mentioned, for this portion of our lineup here, we're going to have the 2 medley relays next, and those will be in the red pool, and then we'll be making our transition to 2 pools. Up in the next part of our coverage for today after the relays. We'll have a really exciting lineup, some new events for our viewers at home, all non-traditional high school events. Other than the first one, the 200 freestyle, we'll have the 200 free, the 50 back, the 50 breast, the 200 fly, and the 50 free in the red pool. And then in the girls pool, again, same thing, 200 free, 50 back, 50 breast, 200 fly, 50 free, and those freestyle events being the only traditional events that high school swimmers really swim, and then the rest of them being kind of new, Brian. And I know this next cycle at the U.S. Olympic Trials, we're going to have 50 free or 50s of each event, I believe, and the 100 IM, as I understand it, kind of being added to the Olympic events. And so this is going to be really exciting. We're going to kind of try this new thing today and see how it comes out. Earlier this year, Indiana's own Will Modulin sets the world record for short course yards with a 20.00 in the 50 back. I mean, sub-light engines on his feet or something. I don't know. He went to Plaid. I got a lot of sayings I could throw in on that one. I mean, that's just absolutely insane. Great family. Really love the Modulin family. His dad has been a part of UND swimming with you for a bunch of years. And really just a great kid. Part of the Bob Bauman machine down there at Texas.
To even think that it's going to be possible for someone to go sub 20 in a 50 back still just blows my mind.
Yeah.
I went and asked Henry the day after, like, what he thought about it, and his comment was, "I'll be the first to go 19."
Well, it's good to have goals, right? Yeah. It really it's an unbelievable thing. Short course swimming is really about that transition. When you're at the top tier speed like that. In between the walls, everybody's pretty much the same. It's really who can kick off the wall and get out underwater better than the next person. And not by a lot either. We're talking by microfractions of a second, right? And so that 50 is, you have to be kind of flawless, in that 50 race in order to be the top dog.
Yeah, and we talk a lot about this facility and how it's given us the ability to train long course and short course, and even during the long course season, we'll flip the pool 2 or 3 times a week back to a short course, and it really just shows you the difference in the racing techniques. With the short course yards, as you mentioned, it's all about the starts, the underwaters, and the turns. You can get away with a lot with stroke technique in the middle of the race, but when you go to long course, you totally get exposed, and it's all about stroke technique and stroke count, length per stroke.
How well you can hold your breath, for sure, yes. Yeah.
So 2 different types of swimming. As we've talked about before, when you get to the national stage, it's almost all 50 meters, or they call it long course meters. And then, in the United States and high school and college, it's more traditionally the short course yards. But it's fun to see the way that the different swimmers adapt. And then, again, being fortunate enough to have a facility like this that allows us to be able to push the athletes in the different length formats.
I don't think everybody really understands how fortunate we are to have a facility like this. And really, the way Indiana Public Schools have embraced swimming for most of the Marion County schools to have a 50-meter pool. You go to D3 college facilities, D2, you're part of a D2 program, a very good D2 program that contends for national championships every year. There is not a facility like this in Division II, really. Maybe Drury, maybe some of your Kenyon, maybe some of your top programs, but even here, UND, which is an amazing D2 program, does not have a long course pool like this, and no D3 school I've ever been to has a facility like this. And so we're very fortunate that our community supports swimming in this way. And I think it's not just here in Center Grove, but really all of Marion County has wonderful aquatic facilities.
So wrapping up our 5-minute break here, Craig Linus is working on closing down the competition pool. Again, we'll be moving into the 200-yard medley relay, starting up with the girls. 2 heats. Heat 1, we're going to be lane 2, we'd be Bloomington South, 3 Bloomington North, Center Grove in 4, Homestead in 5, Bloomington South again in 6, Bloomington North in 7, Mount Vernon in 8, and then Bloomington North again in 9. So, a lot of repeat. We've got several ABC relays going on here with these clubs.
Absolutely. Center Grove D being in lane 4. Coco Gonzalez, the younger sister of Santana Gonzalez, leading this off in the backstroke. Samantha Sims swimming breaststroke. Carly Eldridge, the senior, swimming butterfly. and Pravi Sivan swimming freestyle to round us out. Seated in at 2:14. Let's see if they can maybe cut a little time and win this heat.
Should be a really tight race between lane 5 and 6, Homestead D and Bloomington South C. Less than a second in between those seat times here, so let's see what happens.
And just for you to remind you at home, lane 1's down at the bottom of the screen, and lane 10 is at the top. Here we go.
Leading off in 2 is Sid Anderson in 3, Anna Racer in 4, Coco Gonzalez in 5,
And Coco Gonzalez out there in lane 4, out in the lead. Really good turnover, Brian.
Yeah, pretty substantial lead in the first 25 off the wall. We've got Samantha Sims up next for the breaststroke leg. Center Grove coming in with the early lead.
Gonzalez out in 32.09. Great split for Coco Gonzalez. Let's see if Sims can hold on to this lead here. Good tempo for her.
Looks like she's going to have some pretty tough competition up there in lane 6. Eliza Biltz from Bloomington South taking the lead. Up next for Center Grove in the butterfly, Carly Eldridge.
You know, and I really like Carly in this leg here. She's a really good short axis swimmer, an IMer. Butterfly is one of her best strokes. Let's see if she can bring it back here for this relay. About a 2.5 second lead.
Safe exchanges for both teams. Going into the butterfly, Carly's got a lot of yards to make up here, but man, her turnover is going crazy. Look at that kick, Mark.
Yep, strong kick, really good power.
Making up some ground here. Not sure if it's going to be enough, but we've got Prajvi Sivan that's going to be finishing it out for Center Grove in lane 4.
Carly Eldridge breaking 30 seconds, going 29.87. Has to be a lifetime best split for her. Great swim. Sharvi Pravan in the water. Maybe a little bit too much ground to make up there, but
somebody put a Yamaha outboard on those
feet.
She is just motoring.
Her feet look really good in the water there.
Definitely going to be making up some time here. Not going to be enough to win the heat. Bloomington North in lane 7, or excuse me, Bloomington South in 6 is going to be our heat winner.
And Siobhan, 27.91, 2:08.56 for Center Grove. What a great drop. They were seated in at 2:14, 6 seconds. Not bad.
As we're wrapping up Heat 1, looking forward to Heat 2, Center Grove C in 1, Homestead C in 2, Center Grove B in 3, Homestead B in 4, Homestead A in 5, Center Grove A in 6, Bloomington South A in 7, Mount Vernon A in 8, Bloomington South B in 9, and Bloomington North A in 10. This is going to be a shootout here in the middle of the pool, Mark.
Absolutely.
The lead seat time is Homestead A with a 1:48.40, Center Grove A right behind him at a 1:52 flat, and then Homestead B at a 1:56.56. This is going to be a fight.
This is going to be a fight. Not present on that A relay is Caitlin Lay is going to be swimming that breaststroke leg. Not present is Avery Matern. So we'll see how the sophomore Lay comes in, or freshman, I'm sorry, Lay comes in and contributes, but she is one of our 3 breaststrokers under a minute 10. Looking for her to hopefully split about a 33 or 32. That'd be a really good time there. Also in this heat, though, for Bloomington South, Eakin Harper is going to swim that first leg. I wonder how she feels after swimming the 1,000 earlier today. So that might be kind of a thing to pay attention to. But leading out for Center Grove is going to be Brooke Trammell in lane 6, a great breaststroker, going 101. Last time at County here, last time she was in this pool. Grace Campbell, the senior, out in lane 3, and Keely Shields, also a senior, out in lane 1.
Yeah, it's been an interesting battle. I mean, both great swimmers between Rhea Rugenstein and Caitlin Lay. Both very strong breaststrokers at this point. But, yeah, I mean, those two are going to be fighting it out for that A relay for the whole season, I think.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Out early is Trammell, maybe to a small lead in the middle of the pool. And let's see who has the better turn, Brian.
Homestead, Caitlin Yak, first to the wall. Maybe
Slight
about a half a
lead.
body length lead.
Trammell really fighting, though, to hold her own. And looking pretty good.
All
Here
right.
comes the sophomore, or freshman, Caitlin Lay.
Safe exchanges on that first one.
Good pull out by Lay.
Caitlin Lay making up some ground on just the underwater.
Tempo's looking really sharp. Let's see if she can pull another really good pull out here. About a second down. Now Shop is going to be our anchor leg. Shop went 23-8 at County last week in this last leg. Up next in the middle of the pool for Center Grove is going to be Adeline Temple,
Mila Burkott from Homestead split a 31.06 with Caitlin right behind her at a 31.83. Homestead pulling away on the butterfly leg of this. Center Grove's just going to have to really fight in the back half of this race if they got any chance of winning this.
And Airsman, I think, kind of fighting for that second position now. And Homestead kind of pulling away here. Shop getting up and swimming and looking sharp.
Natalie Kramer from Homestead, lightning fast in this last 50. Center Grove's got a comfortable lead at this point, going to second place. Not enough time for Center Grove to take this over. Homestead will be our heat winner here.
Charging out in lane 8, though, Mount Vernon. Yeah, boy, they kind of tightened that up and made that a race. Shop coming in at 25.51. 155.18.
All right, up next is the boys' 200-yard medley relay. In lane 2, Bloomington South D. In lane 3, Mount Vernon B. In lane 4, Bloomington North B. In lane 5, Center Grove D. In lane 6, Bloomington South B. In lane 7, Bloomington South C. And in lane 9, Bloomington North D.
Caleb Frazier leading it out for the Trojans. He will be first, followed by Nolan Dumblazer, Jack Udersals, and rounding it out will be Nate Smith.
It doesn't surprise me that we've got so many relays. I was looking at the roster this morning, 39 girls and 31 boys.
That's pretty impressive.
That's a big team.
Almost 80 kids. All right, out early for Center Grove. Caleb Frazier in the middle of the pool.
For Center Grove, Caleb Frazier. In 6 for Bloomington South, Ben Simon. In 7 for Bloomington South, Ricky Egan. And in lane 9.
Caleb Frazier with the early rollover, really making up some ground on that turn. Great turn for Frazier in the middle of the pool.
Yeah, second up for Center Grove is Nolan Dunblazer, going to be doing our breaststroke leg of this relay, followed by Jack Udersals, and then rounded out our anchor leg is Nate Smith.
Dunblazer, a really good breaststroker, about a 109. High tempo. You can see that turnover rate, which really favors his sprinting here in the 50 free or 50 breast.
Yep, first to the wall as we go into the last 25. Up next, Jack Udersals going to be doing our butterfly.
Dunblazer going to pull him even or in first place here. Looks like first. Ooh, maybe a little early. I do not see a DQ, so good clean start. That was close.
Bloomington South B taking a little bit of a lead here on the butterfly leg. Nate Smith going to be our anchor, and for Bloomington South, that's going to be Noah Simon.
Your anchor leg swimmers will be in lane 2, Asher Matalos, in 3, CJ Gentry, in 4, Isaac Buckbyler, in 4, in lane 5, Nate Smith, in 6, Noah Simon, in
and
7,
last turn.
And lane 9, Wesley Ayers.
And Center Grove going to secure second place in this heat. Nate Smith finishing up here. They're seated in at 150 flat. A little bit of an ad at 155.
And as we look into our next heat, we've got Mount Vernon A in 1, Bloomington North A in 2, Homestead C in 3, Homestead B in 4, Homestead A in 5, Center Grove A in 6, Center Grove B in 7, Bloomington South A in 8, Center Grove C in 9, and Homestead D in 10.
And this is really going to be a shootout between lanes 5 and 6. Less than a second separate Center Grove A and Homestead A, and this is going to be a preview of the state final here. Henry Linus leading it out. Matthew Quadros, who's already thrown down a really good time in the 400 IM. His brother Anthony Quadros switching to butterfly, and then Cameron Mazdai, who really surprised everybody with a 20.8 finish last time in the 200 free relay. So we'll see how this shakes out. Should be a really, really competitive race.
Homestead has all 4 of their relays in this finals heat of this meet, A, B, C, and D.
It really
Center
shows the
Grove's
depth of their
got
team.
A,
Yeah.
B, and C. Like between those 2 teams, that's 60% of the teams racing in this event.
It's crazy.
B2, Mr.
All right, here we go. County champion and state champion Henry Linus leading out this relay.
This is going to be a really fun backstroke to watch. As you mentioned, record holder and state champion Henry in lane 6. Up-and-comer Aksharanjan, who's only been swimming for a couple of years in lane 7. And then Ian Raghavendra, same, newer swimmer to the club, been here a few years, but all 3 of these kids have just been working their brains out.
And a huge lead, body length lead. Henry's going to give the rest of this team here full 15 meters. Wow. And he might do it, Brian. 23.81 lead out leg. Matthew Quadros is not going to be catched in this breaststroke leg, and it's really for these 2 boys to give them a lead that can't be caught. Matthew going out probably in a 24 here. 47 for the first 100 probably, Brian.
Yeah, Homestead is right on his leg, though, as we've got the other Quadros coming out. Anthony.
26.02, 49 for the first 100. I don't know, Brian. That's going to be really hard to overcome. Anthony looks great in that butterfly.
Yeah, Anthony's looking really, really strong in the butterfly.
Pulling away from Homestead.
And our anchor for our A relay,
Cameron Mazdai.
Cameron Mazdai with a 20.89 at County.
23.45 for Anthony Quadros. Oh my gosh, look at the water flying everywhere. Here it comes.
Cameron is on absolute fire.
Oh man, it's going to be close. And Center Grove going to pull this out. 134.
20.93.
Holy cow.
Homestead went a 20.43.
That was very, very close.
Amazing to see sub-21s at this point in the season. Holy smokes.
Wow. Center Grove pulling that out, seated in at 132.69, going 134.21.
There will be a 10-minute break.
10-minute break. That was exciting.
That was a great race.
We'll be open for competition.
Those 2 will see each other again in the A final at state, guaranteed. What a great 1-2 finish there. 20.43.
Homestead taking 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Yes.
Just an amazing accomplishment.
You know, speaking about that relay though, and as we look forward in the season, it's going to be very hard to find any team in the state of Indiana that's going to be able to compete with the first 100 of that relay. Henry Linus going out in 23, maybe 22 by the time he's rested. Anthony Quadros going out in 24, maybe a 46 in that first 100, 49 today. You know, but maybe a 46, 47. I can't even describe to the viewers at home how fast that first 100 of that relay is. That is lights out.
It's going to be a fun sectionals to watch.
It will be for sure. Tune in, here at the Center Grove Sports Network when that happens. Okay, so now is our bathroom break, or go to the refrigerator and get something to eat break, and we'll be back in like 5 minutes. right, welcome back from our break. We're getting ready to go back to the swimming action here in just a second. Before we do, we need to do a little bit of sponsorship here. Today's Center Grove Swimming and Diving Meet is being presented by the Matt Green Agency of American Family Insurance. The Matt Green Agency provides insurance for vehicle, property, personal, and commercial. For a free quote, please call 317-780-1000 and Matt will take care of you. The Matt Green Agency of American Family Insurance is proud to support today's Center Grove Swimming and Diving Meet coverage. Also, we want to read our Diamond, Platinum, Gold, and Silver sponsors. Diamond sponsors Texas Roadhouse and the Sycamore at Mallow Run. Platinum sponsors Jeff and Danielle Udersols. The Matt Green Agency of American Family Insurance, South of Chicago Pizza and Yard Signs. Gold sponsors Long Brothers Tree Service, Amy Counts Photography, Red Oak Real Estate, and Caring Transitions. Silver sponsors Crossroad Tax Service, Parsettage Custom Homes, Tried and True Ale House, Motivation Driver Education, La Hurienda, the 2 Mexican restaurants, South Grove Eye Care, Chick-fil-A, Rise and Roll Bakery, and the Center Grove Aquatic Club. Bronze sponsors the Crumble Cookie and Panera Bread. All right, we are getting ready to start the 200 freestyle event. We're going to be over here in the red pool first, checking out the boys' action. Brian, who do we got up in the first heat?
Yeah, so we got 2 heats in this event. In Heat 1, we've got Sam Reinitz in Lane 2, Christian Stone in 3, Tommy Krismanek in 4, Hank Taylor in 5, Ryan McCollum in 6, Jackson Thompson in 7, CJ Gentry in 8, and Wesley Ayers in 9.
All right. Top seed time 1:59.29 by Hank Taylor from Bloomington North. Mount Vernon's Ryan McCollum also in at a 1:59.68, a couple ticks slower. Ryan, kind of educate the viewers at home. You were a 200 freestyler. What is the key to success in this event?
Third 50.
Third 50. Don't die.
I mean, really, other than that, I mean, it depends upon where your strengths are at. I mean, I personally like to stay up with the field, maybe slightly ahead for the first 100, just a comfortable pace but strong, and then I would sprint that third 50 with everything I had just to get the biggest lead I could, and then just hopefully I had enough energy in the tank to make that last 50, but that usually worked out well for me personally.
Yeah, I think a lot of coaches, especially when they're young, want to talk about that third 50 a lot. Really, the middle 250s, I think. People have the strongest middle 250s. Everything's going to be there at the end. That's your training, right? When you're tired, what you've trained to do when you're tired is really going to be there at the end. There's no way to fake that, so to speak. And those middle 250s, I would agree, are pretty strong. Brian, I don't know if you noticed there down on the lane lines, you see those little gray sections, which are kind of different. What are those? What are those things that they've got sitting there?
Well, they're called bridges, and it's a tool that they basically just have them go across the lane so that way the swimmers are forced to go under that. You kind of took the words out of my mouth, Mark, because the 200 free today is a much different race than it was 20, 30 years ago, in part due to all the work with underwaters, but I also have to think it's due to the amount of time that these guys spend outside the pool, in the weight room, running, doing calisthenics. All of our swimmers do what's called what's now, which is warm up to swim.
Gain of function, yes.
So it's a sprint. It used to be considered middle distance, and it truly is a sprint now. With that level of training I was talking about, you see more kids today that are all-stars in the 50 and the 500 in the same meet.
And one of our own, Anthony Quadros, being the county champion as a junior in both the 50 and 100 free, or 50 and 500 free, or whatever. But all right, finishing up this first heat. Excellent insight, Brian. Thank you. Finishing up this first heat, Ryan McCollum edges out Jake Tompkins, 156.33 for a 3-second time drop. Jack Thompson also time dropping down to a 157.99.
All right, up next we're going to have a pretty crazy heat here with Heath Davis in 1, Ty Madeira in 2, Zach Groniger in 3, Easton Zhao in 4, Peter Kovacs, who is, by the way, Henry's biggest competition in the 100 back, from Bloomington South in 5. Did he make it to the trials?
I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and look at his qual times.
But if he didn't make it, it was super close. Mason Bridges in 6, Caleb Heck in 7, Nicholas Norton in 8, Grant Kellum in 9, and Kyan Wilson in 10. Center of the pool, Kovacs the clear leader with a seat time of 1:39.80. I'd be surprised to see anyone go sub 140 today, but if we did, it would sure be a treat.
It should be a treat. And, not to be counted out, Mason Bridges pulled out a 443 in the 500 a weekend ago. I really look for him to come off of that 142 time maybe if he's feeling it today, but I think there's definitely a possibility for him to go sub 140 as well.
Yeah, Kovacs and Bridges off to the early lead. Both swimmers looking super, super strong.
Out fast, man. We are talking fast. 22, 23.12, 23.95 for the first 50. I never went out in 23, Brian. I don't know about you.
Caleb Heck also looking really strong up there in lane 7. As we finish the first 75, still Bridges and Kovacs in 2 and 1. Kovacs the leader. Easton Zhao in 4, a comfortable third place. First 50 at a 48, first 100 at a 48 mid.
Man, 25 and 26 for Bridges and Kovacs. 50.29 for Bridges. Got to be a lifetime best on that first 100 in this race, at least first split. 142, he's really only got to come back, on a 52 here. We'll see. Kind of slowing down a little bit here in this third 50.
Kovacs hitting the wall at a 115, still within striking mark of a sub 140. Bridges right on his heels at a split time of 28.20 or a 118 overall in second place. Kovacs will be our winner as he's about 3 body lengths ahead, hitting the wall to 129.
Bridges at 132 and kind of wavering here. Let's hope he can finish it up because charging out there in lane 4
Easton Zhao, Bloomington South. 141 or 142 low for Kovacs.
146.
Mason Bridges is second place there. Great job, Mason.
28.42 for Bridges, 146.91. Really good swim for the middle of the season for Bridges.
And then you've got Zach Groniger and Caleb Heck in 4th and 5th place, respectively. Both had a little bit of a time add.
Caleb, 151, not bad. Pretty good, solid swim for this point in the year. Groniger, I'm sure, tired after swimming a lights out in the 1,000 earlier at 155.22.
So we will be staying on the boys' pool for this next event, which is the 50-yard backstroke. If you heard the whistles, that's going to be coming from our white pool as we're getting the girls underway. We will transition over to the girls' pool once we hit the 50 breaststroke and then the 200 butterfly.
Lane 1, Hannah Reiser, Bloomington North. Lane 2, Anna Dubstad, Mount Vernon High School. 3, Wilker Vogel.
All right, in this first heat of the 50 free, Starthak Goschel from Center Grove High School in lane 3. Skylar Campbell from Bloomington North, lane 4. Bak Kyu from Bloomington South in lane 5. Ankit Kumar from Bloomington South in lane 6. Caden Campbell, Bloomington North 7. And Gabriel Slapper in lane 8.
3 heats in this event. Again, different format, doing the 50 back, which is not traditionally something swam at a high school meet.
Lane 6, Isabel Benhall, Mount Vernon. Lane 7, Julia Homestead. Lane 8, Ada McAlpin, Bloomington North.
Starthak from Center Grove, our leader at this point, but may be out-touched by Ankit Kumar. Oh, we've got a tie.
I haven't seen a tie in a long time. 33.74. Nearly impossible to do in swimming.
All
Tie
right.
for first place.
In our second heat, we've got Sam Reinitz in 1, Liam Robbins 2, Marcus Reichen 3, Nate Smith 4, Ben Simon 5, Caleb Fraser 6, Aaron Yetgin 7, Gabe Allen 8, Eric Jensen 9, and Ethan Heacock in 10.
Nate Smith and Caleb Frazier for Center Grove in 4 and 6, respectively. Kind of the guardrails there for Ben Simon in the middle. Let's see if they can pull it out here as they race against lane 5.
And for our girls, we've got heat 1 of the 200 free time finals that's in the water now. Should be wrapping up that first heat here just momentarily. We'll do our best to give you updates on each of those as they wrap up. Heat 2 of the boys 50 back will be going in the water right now. For Center Grove, we've got Nate Smith and Caleb Frazier in 4 and 6, respectively. Our fastest seed time in this event is Ben Simon of Bloomington South at a 29.82.
Here they go.
Heat 1 of the girls 200 free. The winner, Isabel Benthal of Mount Vernon. In second place, Kaylin Godfrey of Homestead.
Caleb Frazier trying to pull out the victory here in the middle of the pool. He's up early, Brian.
Yeah, we've got a really tight pack. Look up there at lane 9. Looks like lane 9.
Eric Jensen.
Eric Jensen's going to be our winner. No, Caleb Frazier squeaked it out at a 30-35.
Wow, he just barely got that out. 30-35 for Caleb Frazier. Excellent swim.
All right, and for our final heat of the 50 back for the men, Ruben Popovicu in 1, Daniel Jones in 2, Alex Madeira in 3, Logan Pezwinski in 4, Henry Linus in 5, Ben Lopez in 6, Ox Ranjan in 7, Ian Raghavendra in 8, Wyatt Norick in 9, and Johnny Bolivar in 10.
And a stacked field for Center Grove over here. Linus went 23 in the relay earlier, 23.19 is his seed. Ox Ranjan, great story, been swimming less than 2 years, seeded in at 26.45. And then Ian Raghavendra, who was a great age group backstroker when he was younger, 27.11. See if he can sneak up a few ticks of a second here.
Henry's got some competition against him with Ben Lopez from Homestead. Henry seated at 23.19, and Ben Lopez is at 23.91. This is all going to be about the underwater kicks.
I was just going to say that, Brian. Linus half body length up. Early turnover. What a great acceleration into the wall, and he will go the 15 meters here, Brian. He's going to go the 15 meters, and this is done.
8 strokes on that second 25. 23.80 to win it with Henry.
Nice.
Logan Pawzwinski coming out of nowhere for second place from Homestead at a 24.43.
So for Center Grove, Linus number 1. Popovicu, number 9 at 29.31. Ox Ranjan, 26.41 for 4. And Ian Raghavendra, 7th place, 27.76.
So we're going to be transitioning over to the girls' side here for
the finish of the 200 free. Addison Matern in the lane 5. Finishing first for Center Grove. Splitting out 127 here. And she is way out in front in the middle of the pool. In second place, right above her, Savannah Yankee. About a half body length down. Center Grove going 1-2 in this last heat, in this final here.
Yeah, we've got Maggie Swisher in 1, Madison Cooper in 2, Ella Wells in 3, Allison Heine in 4, Addison Matern in 5, Savannah Yankee in 6, Ella Rishling in 7, Keely Shields in 8, Campbell Warren in 9, and Sakura Forney in 10.
And Matern and Yankee go 1-2. Matern's 200 is not accurate. We'll have to go back and look at that one real quick.
On the boys' side, we've got event 14, which is the 50-yard breaststroke. We've got 4 heats of this one.
For Center Grove, Maggie Swisher out in lane 1, finishing 9th place, 2:16.50. Addison Matern finishing first. We'll have to get the official time. Yankee finishing second at 2:00. And Keely Shields finishing 8th at 2:15.12.
Up next for the girls, we've got event 11, the girls' 50-yard backstroke, heat 1 of 4. In lane 4, Maya Aratia. In 5, Araya Kontak. And in lane 6, Sierra Ferry.
All right, out early. Keep your eyes on lane 6, Center Grove athlete Sierra Ferry. And in lane 5, Araya Kontak. Out to the early lead, though, Maya Arita Gugarbendra from Bloomington North.
It looks like we had a swimmer added after the
Homestead.
fact.
Yes, I'm sorry, it's not on the heat sheet. Leah Risley finishing first at 31.64.
All right, heat 2 for the girls. We've got Ingrid Black in 2, Amelia Masterson in 3, Coraline Shuttlesworth in 4, Emma Conrath in 5, Sophie Richardson in 6, Ava Witt in 7, Sam Gurton in 8, and Layla Hopkins in 9. Our lead seed time is actually going to be a fight out here, Mark, between Emma Conrath and Sophia Richardson, both right at the 40-second mark.
And over in the other pool right now, Gabe Argyris and Nolan Dunblazer and Kyan Wilson and Brandon O'Leary, all going for this 50 breaststroke. Gabe Argyris third at 29.81. Brandon O'Leary fourth, 30.46. Kyan Wilson sixth at 31.88. And Nolan Dunblazer eighth at 32.16. Homestead swimmer Wyatt Metziger taking first place.
And for the girls 50 back, it looks like Masterson in lane 3 is our leader for this heat. Seated at a 46.50. Going to have one heck of a time drop here. 38.79 for Masterson, almost a 2-second time drop. Actually, she was seated at a 46, so if that's an accurate time, that's a 6-second drop there to 50.
It's pretty impressive time drop.
In Heat 3 of the girls, Corrine Ream in 1, Keely Shields in 2, Olivia Ray in 3, Lula Brown in 4, Marin Romine in 5, Kaylin Godfrey in 6, Coco Gonzalez in 7, Sydney Garrettston in 8, Carly Eldridge in 9, and Kate Emschwiller in 10.
And over in the final for the 50 breast for the boys, Matthew Quadros winning it in 26.34, finishing first. And second, Hayden Lehman from Homestead in 26.59. Quadros 26.34, Lehman 26.59. Josiah Collins from Homestead fourth, 27.58, and also from Homestead, Jackson Pyle 27.53. Nikhil Iyer from Center Grove finishing sixth at 29.13. Rounding it out for the Center Grove Trojans. Homestead very deep as a team. Very, very impressive. All three guys at 27 or better.
And up next for the boys is Heat 1 of 1 on the 200-yard butterfly. Eakin in 1, Madeira 2, Weaver 3, Pozwinski in 4, Jankowski in 5, Jha in 6, Bridges in 7, Simon in 8, West in 9, and Rowe in 10. Lead seed time in this is Ozzie Jankowski from Mount Vernon at a 1:53.50 with Logan Pozwinski and Jaden Jha and Mason Bridges flanking him, all with times that are super close. Got a little delay over here on the girls' side.
So over on the boys' side here, Jaden Jha out early, a great 200 butterflyer, state record holder for the age group, for the 13-14 age group or whatnot. Out early, just a tick off at 29.24, 56, or sorry, I lied, 54.92 to go out. Third 50 again in that 200 butterfly. We'll keep our eyes on that here.
All right, so this is Heat 3 for the girls that just entered the water. Heat favorite, Marin Romine, a Homestead at a 32.62, and we're off.
Lane 2, Keely Shields. Lane 3, Olivia Rock. Lane 4, Lula Brown. 5,
Marin Romine off to an easy lead here on the first 25.
8, Sydney Garretson. 9th, Carly Eldridge. And 10th, Kate Emschwiller.
Yeah, Marin Romine going to be the clear winner of our girls Heat 3 50 back. Looking at the final Heat 4, Jordan DeVos in 1, Leighton Huffman in 2, Brooke Trammell in 3, Caitlin Yak in 4, Natalie Kramer in 5, Santana Gonzalez in 6, Jordan Minnick in 7, Grace Dickmeyer in 8, Grace Campbell in 9, and Victoria Poling in 10.
And over in the boys' pool, Jaden Jha just finished second. Seated in at 154.37, went 154.54, finishing second place to Ozzie Jankowski from Mount Vernon. So great swim by Jaden. Rounding it out for Center Grove in that pool, Moses Weaver, 2:12.03, finishing fifth. Mason Bridges finishing fourth at 2:03.44. And Ethan West rounding it out for Center Grove.
All right, our final heat of the girls 50 back is in the water. Our heat leader from a seat time, Natalie Kramer, at a 27.70. And she's the first to the wall with Santana Gonzalez right on her hip. Looks like Caitlin and Natalie, both of Homestead, are going to take first, second. Brooke Trammell coming in at third place at a 29.75. Santana Gonzalez in fifth place at a 31.04. Grace Campbell wrapping it out in ninth place at a 32.50.
Good swims, girls. All right, that wraps up the 50 back.
So now we'll be transitioning back over to the boys' pool for the 50 freestyle. We've got heat 1 of 6. In heat 1, Gabriel Slapper in lane 3, Ethan Heacock in 4, Jackson Tomrell in 5, Wesley Ayers in 6, and Skylar Campbell in 7.
In that 50-yard freestyle in this last heat, Mount Vernon, Camus O'Daniel seated in number 1 at 23.90. I have to wonder who kind of missing a couple people from that medley relay. Oh, there's an extra. That's why. Okay. Yeah, I was looking at that. Peter Kovacs from Bloomington South seated in number 1. I apologize. At 21 flat. Cameron Mazdai, though, right there on his heels at 21.72. Mazdai had an amazing final leg of that 200 medley relay.
20.9.
It's really, and a kind of a muffed turn, you know. So we'll see. It'll be really, really close. See what Mazdai can do. It's all in the turn and underwater on that one, though.
Starting with the girls 50 breast, heat 1 over on the girls side. Hickok in 4, Madeira at 5, Hirota in 6, and Ream in 7. For the boys, Jackson Tomrell, our winner of heat 1 with a time of 29.74. 1/10 off of his seat time. Heat 2 is Allen in 1, Roland in 2, Irwin in 3, Goschel in 4, Smith in 5, Udrasals in 6, Kumar in 7, Singleton in 8, another Kumar in 9, and Campbell in 10. Mainly Bloomington and Center Grove in this heat.
Yeah, this is the Center Grove, Bloomington North heat. Nobody else. Bunch of underclassmen in here. Roland, Nate Smith, Jack Udrasals.
Yeah, talking to Brad before the meet started today, he said the key focus for him was going to be his second and third tier swimmers, really getting them to drop some time today to be able to get ready for some depth for championships. Nate Smith off to our early lead with Jack Udrasals right on his hip. Center Grove taking first, second with Nate Smith at a 26.35 and Jack Udrasals at a 26.41. Heat 3, Q in 1, Matulis in 2, Frazier in 3, Abad Rodriguez in 4, Lockmiller in 5, Black in 6, Frazier 7, Robbins 8, Butts 9, and Reinitz in 10. Lead seed time on this is Isaac Lockmiller from Bloomington North at a 26.12.
Here we go, splash and dash. Out early as predicted in the middle of the pool there.
Moses Black.
Moses Black pulling it out. Oh, off the turn, maybe a little tight. See if he can bring it home.
Looks like this one's going to go to Isaac Lockmiller, Bloomington North, seated at 26.12 and finishing at a 25.92. Second place coming out of lane 2 with Asher Matulis at a 26.40. For our fourth heat, we've got Merritt in 1, Krismanek in 2, Riken 3, Groppel 4, West 5, Green 6, Jensen 7, Gentry 8, Yetjin 9, and Talo in 10.
And over in the white pool, Buss, Schmickbiber, Allen, Swisher from Center Grove in lane 4, Wang, Blitz, Weiser from Center Grove in 7, Sims from Center Grove in 8. And to the wall, it looks like lane 4, Jackson Grapple. But down here in lane 2 with a better turn, Tom Kritzmack from Homestead.
Yeah, lane 7, Eric Jensen from Bloomington South, are really fighting for it too. Anyone's game at this point. First place going to Chris Manick from Homestead in 1. Eric Jensen second place at 25.02, and Jackson Grapple at third at 25.03. Heat number 5 is Brooks, Webb, Stone, Staley, O'Daniel, Thompson, Metzger, Heller, McCollum, and Davis.
And over in the other pool, Maggie Swisher finishing 5th at 38.24, and Netta Weiser in 4th at 37.32.
Bit of an orchestra going on with these officials when you're running 2 pools at the same time. Got to make sure that we're not blowing whistles over the top of each other.
Last heat of the girls' breaststroke, Argyris in 1, Lay in 3, Emily Wang earlier from Bloomington South in 4, Avery Matern in 6. Keep our eyes on that one, Regenstein in 9.
Second to last heat with the boys 50 going on right now in the red pool. Neck and neck through all 10 lanes into the first turn. Looks like Camus O'Daniel is going out for the lead in lane 5. And he is our winner with a final time of 23.90 as we go into the last and final heat of the boys 50-foot freestyle. Schmeckmeyer in 1, Hibisky in 2, Zhao in 3, Wong in 4, Kovacs in 5, Mazdai in 6, Quadros in 7, Bridges in 8, Norton in 9, and Kellum in 10. Mark, this is going to be one heck of a race in this last heat of the 50 free.
Absolutely.
With several swimmers all within tenths of a second each other. Super excited to watch that battle between Kovacs and Mazdai in the middle of the pool.
Whoever's going to have the better turn is going to win that event. In your finals for the 50 breast from Center Grove, Lila Argyris in 10th. Caitlin Lay in 6th at 32.82. Peyton McDaniel finishes second from Mount Vernon, 30.83. Your winner, Avery Matern from Center Grove, 30.55. Eliza Shop from Center Grove in lane 7 at 33.05. And Rugenstein in 8th at 32.85.
All right, so Cameron and Kovacs were the first 2 off the blocks. Kovacs came up with the early lead off of the underwaters, is now about a body length ahead.
Here comes Mazdai, though. He's charging.
Going under the flags at right around 18 seconds. We're going to hit with Kovacs in first place at a 21.26. Second, Cameron Mazdai to 21.74. And Dylan Wong in third at 22.07. Followed by Anthony Quadros in fourth place at a 22.51.
All right, we're going to switch here over to the white pool for the girls' 200 fly time final. They're a couple of heats behind.
12:15. We'll get back underway at 12:25. Pool is open for warm-ups and cool-down.
Boy, Cameron Mazdai really springing to life here in the second half of the season. Finishing second today at 21.74, really right there as far as where he needs to be with that 50 free. Hopefully he can make some noise there in that 200 free relay here in a little bit.
Looking at the girls' pool, we've got Hutchinson in 2, Arisman in 3, Eakin in 4, Yak in 5, Matern in 6, Temple in 7, Forney in 8, and Garrettson in 9. Caitlin Yak from Homestead seated about 10 seconds faster than Addison Matern, the next fastest time at a 2:07.20. Currently going to be wrapping up the last 25 of this race, with Yak in the lead and Matern about 2 body lengths behind. Not going to be a personal best for Addison, or excuse me, take Caitlin Yak, but still going to be right at 2:11. With Matern going to have a time drop. Seated at 2:16.62 and ripping out 2:16.03, so slight drop, but still.
You take all of them. You take all of them. You take all of them. It doesn't matter how small. Adeline Temple, 222.86. Good swim for her. She was seated in at 221.85. Sakura Forney from Bloomington South finishing up here at 222.98. About a 4-second time drop. And Egan Harper out there in lane 4 had a real busy day. 200 fly, 1,000 freestyle. That's a rough schedule.
Or she made the coach mad, one of the two.
Yeah, one of the two. 221.14 was her seed time. 221.85, right on it. Campbell Ayersman for Center Grove in lane 3. 236.82. Slight ad, and Peyton Hutchinson, 237, seated in at 235. Slight ad for her. Good swims, girls.
Next up for the girls, we've got event 17, 50-yard freestyle. 6 heats of this event. In heat 1, we've got Razzer in 4, Witt in 5, Gurton in 6, and Masterson in 7.
This is heat 1, event 17, girls 50-yard freestyle.
And out early,
In lane 4,
looking strong.
5, Ava Witt.
Amelia
6,
Masterson,
Sandra
Mount Vernon High School.
Lane 7, Amelia Masterson.
First to turn.
As we mentioned, 6 heats in this event, and then we'll be taking a 10-minute break in the white pool. The boys are currently under a 10-minute break right now, and they're going to be moving into the 200 free relay when we come back at a couple minutes here.
All right. Girls are finishing up here in first place. Amelia Masterson, 35.15. Second place, Hannah Rasser, 35.62. Third place, Sam Britton, 50.13.
Looking at Heat 2, Hirota in 1, Richardson in 2, Monroe in 3, Boldenau in 4, Scarberry in 5, Fall in 6, Fendel in 7, Ross Murphy in 8, Voorhees in 9, and Beal in 10. Our lead swimmer here is Sophia Scarberry in lane 5 from Homestead at a 32.01.
Richardson, 3, Bella Monroe. 4th, Abby Boldenau. 7th,
Hard to tell here.
Scarberry.
Lane 6 looks like they got their feet on the wall first.
7th,
That's
Elisa
Earfrey
Biddle.
Fall.
8th, Sammy Rosemary. 9th, Sierra Voorhees. And 10th, Anna.
Looks like lane 7, Allison Fendel is going to be pulling ahead to take the heat winner. 31.76 for Allison. Second place is Sierra Voorhees from Bloomington North at 33.18. Looking at heat 3, Biggerstaff in 1, Keller Martinelli in 2, Aracia Uber-Hugagen in 3, Ferry in 4, Shuttlesworth in 5, Hiller in 6, Black in 7, Johnson in 8, Schmeckbeyer in 9, and Hutchinson in 10.
And they're off. Caroline Settlesworth, the number 1 seed in lane 5.
Lane 2, Isabel Keller Martinier. Lane 3, Maya.
Looks like she's going to be first to the wall here.
4, Sierra Ferry. 5,
Very tight there off the wall.
6, Laura Hiller. 7th, Ingrid Black. 8th, Audrey Johnson.
Coming down the pike here, looks like Settlesworth is still in the lead.
Lane 8, Johnson took first place.
Look at her sneak up there.
30.33. Little outside heat.
What a great swim.
All right, looking at heat 4, Chadwick, Emschweiler, Watkins, Siobhan, Contact, McLaughlin, Walker, Brown, Anderson, and Conrath. Lanes 1 through 10 in that order.
Top seed in this heat, lane 5. Ira Contact, from Center Grove High School, 28.48. Just a couple ticks faster than Bloomington South's Amelia McLaughlin.
Lane 1, Lila Chadwick. 2, Kate Ushlow. 3.
Too hard to tell from this angle, but it does look like
lane
Chevron.
4. Yeah, Chevron, lane 4.
Yeah, Chevron's got his first feet on the wall.
7, Caroline Walker. 8.
Watch out for
Out
lane
there,
7.
Yep. Sneaking
Caroline
up there.
Walker.
I think she's out in front now. It's going to be really tight down the stretch. See what the touchpad says.
Siobhan
pulls it out, 27.79.
seated at 28.57. That's one heck of a time drop.
Great time drop. She had a really good relay leg earlier as well.
All right.
Christmas training was good to her.
Heat 5, starting down at lane 1, Huffman, Campbell, Warren, Burkott, Risley, Buss, Wang, Cooper, Pulling, and Gonzalez.
Keep your eyes on lane 10. Coco Gonzalez had a really good backstroke leg earlier, looked really strong. Not to be undersold, though. Grace Campbell, the senior, out in lane 2.
Lane 1, Leighton Huffman. 2, Grace Campbell. 3,
Mila Burkott from Homestead, the first to hit the surface. Let's see what happens as we come here to the wall. Looks like it's up between lanes 5 and 7.
And definitely out there in lane 6, maybe.
Lane 6 is Bakia Buss from Bloomington South. Going to take first.
It out,
21.62.
Grace Campbell finishing 6th at 27.62. Coco Gonzalez out in lane 10, 28.69.
All right, looking at our last heat again, starting down at lane 1. Romine, Bishop, Wells, Kramer, McDaniel, Gonzalez, Temple, Trammell, DeVos, and Heine. Our lead seat time here is Peyton McDaniel from Mountain Vernon at 23.58. 4 Center Grove swimmers for lanes 6 through 10. Should be a fun one, Mark.
Should be a fun one. Gonzalez about 1 second off the pace. Adeline Temple about 1 second behind that. Brooke Trammell about 4/10 behind that.
Peyton McDaniel, our first to the wall, and first to surface with
Gonzalez with a great
staying
turn.
down. And from this angle, it looks like Peyton's going to be our winner.
Trammell's going to sneak up there for 3rd, I think. Gonzalez, too, at 25.99 in 3rd place. Marilyn Romine from Homestead, 26.39 in 4th place. Ella Wells from Mount Vernon, 26.46. In 5th place, Brooke Trammell, 26.56. In 8th place, Jordan DeVos from Center Grove, 27.10. Adeline Temple in 9th place, 27.27.
All right, we've got a 10-minute break over on the girls' pool, so we'll go back over to the boys' side where we've got Heat 1 of the 200 free relay that's underway. Mount Vernon A in lane 6, a far, far ahead lead with lane 5, Homestead D, comfortably in 2nd place. The rest of the field is quite a bit away from this. Again, we've got Bloomington North in 3, Center Grove in 4, Bloomington North in 5, Homestead in 6, Bloomington South in 7, and Mount Vernon in 8.
And really, again, the showdown in the next heat between Center Grove A, seated in at 124.80, and Homestead A, seated in at 124.53. And I'm sure Homestead wants to get back here at Center Grove in this heat, so it should be really great to see that coming up in the next heat.
I apologize if you noticed the teams were off lane assignments. Was looking at the wrong heat sheet.
It's okay. There's a lot happening today in this, two heat sheets and 2 pools.
Yeah, so let's redo that. If this heat 1, it's Bloomington North D in 1, Bloomington North C in 3, Center Grove D in 4, Homestead D in 5, Mount Vernon A in 6, Bloomington South C in 7, Mount Vernon B in 8, and Bloomington North E in 9.
And finishing out that heat, Mount Vernon finishing first at 135.63. In 2nd place, Homestead D, 139.67. In 3rd place, Center Grove D, 147.39. And rounding it out in 4th place, Mount Vernon B, 149 flat.
Yeah, so Heat 2 is getting ready to get up on the blocks. We've got Center Grove C in 1, Bloomington North A in 2, Homestead C in 3, Bloomington South A in 4, Homestead A in 5, Center Grove A in 6, Homestead B in 7, Center Grove B in 8, Bloomington South B in 9, and Bloomington North B in 10. Like Mark, you were saying, the center of the pool is going to be lightning fast.
It is going to be lightning fast. Mason Bridges leading off for A and Nikhil Eiler leading off for B.
Homestead's Hayden Lineman
getting out to the early lead. About a body length. Let's see if, again, this is going to be Homestead wanting to score back here.
Swimming your second legs in 1, West in
Ian Raghavendra in for Center Grove A, and Carter Staley in B.
What a fight we've got going on in lanes 6, 7, and 8.
Raghavendra here pulling ahead and getting us back into second place. A sophomore coming out of nowhere this season.
Homestead A still in a sizable lead.
Cameron Mazda is going to be the X factor here, I think.
Ian's going to 22 in his split.
Cameron Mazda in the water for A, and Brandon O'Leary in B.
And swimming your ankle legs in lane 1, Black in 2, Norrick in 3, Metzger in 4, Kovacs in 5.
Mazda is splitting out at 21.86.
In 7, Lopez in 8, running at 9, Stone.
Center Grove going to go 2, and lane 8, maybe 2-4? 2-5. 2-5.
Bloomington South A may come back and beat Homestead B. Homestead A, our winner, with Center Grove following up with a second place finish. Bloomington South A in third, beating out Homestead B for fourth. And then Bloomington South North coming in at fifth place. That was a tight race.
That was a real tight race. 129.33, a respectable time. Center Grove B, 135.27.
All right, up next for the boys, we've got event 22, 200-yard backstroke, heat 1 of 2. We've got Corbett Clarkston in 3, Simon in 4, Heller in 5, Papavicu in 6, and Eakin in 7.
And Ruben Papavicu seated in at 2:14.50, just 4 seconds off. We'll see how he shakes out here in this event. Really, the next heat, the showdown, going to be between Pyle, Loney, and Linus, all within 1 second of each other, seated 1, 2, and 3. A preview of things to come, I think, at the state meet. But right here, we're going to be honing in on Papavicu, see if he can pull it out. And Ruben out to a faster turnover rate and early lead here, Brian. Let's see if he can drop some time off that 2:14.
Yeah, we've seen some really good swims from him this year, not only in high school but club as well. It wouldn't surprise me to see him go well below that 2:14.
Papavicu out to the early lead, splitting out at 32.06. And he is lengthening his lead on the field here in this second 50. Just very smooth in the water, Brian. Everything looks really good. Body position, hand position, head position, and very efficient in the water.
Keeping that head really still, as we like to see, transferring all that power out down to the stroke and his kick.
And here we go on their first 100, splitting out at 106. Great first split. 105.97, just a touch under 106. Really moving against the field here, lengthening out his lead. As with every 200, the strength of your swim is always in the third 50, which is he is on here.
Yeah, I'll be really interested to see what the split time is for Ruben on this third 50. Last split, I believe, was a 33.5.
Yeah, I was going to say anything around a 33 is going to be pretty solid. 33-34 here. .34, not bad.
All right, let's see if he can get back down that 33 range.
Just really smooth and in control, Brian, using his leg to drive his stroke. Really great swim for Ruben here, flipping at 157. One more 25 to go. Seed time is 2:14. We'll see if he can drop off of that time there. A little bit of a drop there, 33.65 for 2:13.96. About a whole second drop there. We'll take it.
All right,
great swim.
For our last heat, we've got Wyatt Norrick in 1, Ian Raghavendra in 2, Cameron Seidenfaden in 3, Henry Linus in 4, Jackson Pyle in 5, Everett Loney in 6, Easton Zhao in 7, Aksharanjan in 8, Dylan Wong in 9, and Alex Madeira in 10.
And 4 guys within less than 2 seconds of each other in Pyle, Looney, Zhao, and Linus. And this is probably one of the best backstroke fields, maybe outside of a state meet or whatever that I've seen in quite some time. It should be a great race. I got to think some of this favors Linus because he's just really, really good with his underwaters and can travel really far underwater. And as you're tired, really underwaters are where you're going to make up any sort of time.
Yeah, Linus first to the wall on his first 25, followed by Pyle and Loney. He does have a pretty commanding lead going into this first 50.
Well, you have to ask yourself, how old is this time? I mean, this isn't something that they swim a whole lot unless you're a big-time club swimmer, which Linus is. But you have to ask how old that yards time is, per se, because usually they swim it during the summer.
I'm pretty sure he's been down to 147 in championships.
I believe he has as well. I don't know that we're going to see that today, though. Linus lengthening out his lead off of those underwaters, looking great. Ranjan out there in lane 8. Maybe he can make a move here in this third 50 and move up in the field. Ian Raghavendra down there in lane 2.
Seiden, Faden, and Loney fighting it out for third place. Pyle with a comfortable lead in second place. Henry just continuing to pull away from the pack.
Believe it or not, Ranjan is charging up here. I think he can maybe move into second on this 50 here.
He's got a much stronger kick than that, so it is kind of surprising. Well, there he goes.
There it is, yes. There it is.
Henry hitting 29.49 on his third 50 with an overall time of a 1:24.15.
And he's comfortably in the lead here.
Henry just hitting the wall for his last turn with Pyle coming in second place. Still anyone's game for third at this point. Ranjan up in lane 8, still
See
making
if he
an
can
attack.
charge it up here.
Henry hitting the wall at a 1:53 low.
Touching first at lane 4 for Senegal. Henry Linus in his
Pyle going to be second.
0.29.
And third goes to Everett Loney. Ranjan hitting the wall at about a 2:04. A little bit of an ad seated at a 2:01.
Great swim by Linus. Coming off that 155 down to 153.29. Jackson Pyle, busy day today, 159.64. Everett Looney, third place, 201.54. Easton Zhao, Bloomington South High School, sixth place, 210.75. Ranjan, look at that. Great swim today for Ranjan. Fifth place, 204.57. Ian Raghavendra, 219.24.
All right, we will now be transitioning back over to the girls' pool, who are just coming off of their 10-minute break to start their 200-yard freestyle relay. We've got Bloomington North C in 3, Center Grove D in 4, North A in 5, Homestead D in 6, South D in 7, and Mount Vernon B in 8. Those girls just entering the water. The lead seed time comes to lane 5, Bloomington North, seated at 2:00:42.
Arakaai, Center Grove High School, 3, Sophia Wren, Bloomington North, 6, Sophia Scarberry, Homestead.
While we have a quick moment in time, today's Center Grove Swimming and Diving Meet is being presented by the Matt Green Agency of American Family Insurance. The Matt Green Agency provides insurance for vehicle, property, personal, and commercial. For a free quote, call 317-780-1000. The Matt Green Agency of American Family Insurance is proud to support today's Center Grove Swimming and Diving coverage. All right.
Bloomington North is at our current leader on the girls' 200 free relay that we're watching over here in the white pool.
Three-way fight out. Well, actually, 4 teams fighting for that second place. Center Grove D, Homestead D, Bloomington South D, all kind of tightened up here at the last exchange.
Reed Watkins, Bloomington North, Lila Chadwick, Homestead, Sophia Richardson, Bloomington South.
Yeah, Bloomington North with a sizable lead over the rest of the pack, but like Mark said, anyone's game for second place at this point as we go into the last exchange for the anchor leg of this relay.
Homestead kind of pulling ahead here, as well as Bloomington High School South D. Good exchanges. Center Grove in the water about a second off the pace.
Bloomington North, Mackenzie Herbig, Homestead.
And Homestead definitely pulling ahead here for second place. A fight for third place between Mount Vernon and Center Grove. And it looks like Mount Vernon going to pull out ahead here. And Center Grove going to come in fourth.
On the boys' side of the pool, we are wrapping up Heat 1 of the 200-yard breaststroke. Heat 2, Abad Rodriguez in 1, O'Leary 2, O'Daniel 3, Marcioni 4, Heck in 5, Van Sant in 6, Chang in 7, Huang in 8, Argyris in 9, and Dunblazer in 10.
And for Heat 2, the 200 free relay, Bloomington South B in 1, Center Grove C in 2, Center Grove B in 3, Bloomington South A in 4, Center Grove A in 5, Homestead A in 6, Homestead B in 7, Mount Vernon A in 8, Homestead C in 9, and Bloomington South C in 10. In the water for Center Grove, Matern in 5, Kinsley Ayersman in 3, Lila Argyris in 2. And Avery Matern having just a fantastic meet, Brian. Looks like she's going to put Center Grove here in second place as they come out. Santana Gonzalez jumping in for our second leg.
Yeah, just commenting quick on the boys' side. First, second, third place, all within a second of each other. The favorite from a seed time is Caleb Heck in lane 5 from Center Grove at a 23.95.
And we got a great race shaping up here in the girls' pool. Gonzalez neck and neck with Paika Bus from Bloomington South. Let's see who splits better here.
Caitlin Lay up next, who's also had a really good meet today, Mark.
Yeah, Caitlin Lay's definitely had an improved effort here today. Has gotten a lot faster as the season's gone on. It's going to be really close here on this third leg.
Both hit the wall at the same time.
Finishing it out for Center Grove is going to be Addison Matern, a great 50 freestyler. I like our chances coming into this last leg here. Homestead A will have Natalie Kramer. Head-to-head.
Caitlin Lay taking the lead with a 25.46, leaving it up to Matern to finish it out.
Matern got 5 strokes in before her opponent got up on top of the water. Let's see if she has a great turn here.
Matern first on the wall.
3 strokes before she even surfaces, Brian. A full body length lead now. And Matern has put this to bed.
Center Grove going to be our winner in lane 5 with a time of 1:41. Matern splitting a 24.86.
Great win for the girls. They needed that one. Homestead's put on a pretty good clinic today. And great way for the girls to strike back.
And going back over here to the boys, Caleb Heck, our leader so far in the 200 breast, about ready to finish out the first 150. In second place is Camus O'Daniel in lane 3 from Mount Vernon.
Heck has lost his swim cap, I think, or one of them. See a red swim cap there in the middle of the pool. He gets to dive under it, maybe makes his pull out a little longer. Mount Vernon charging here on this last 50 in lane 3.
Yeah, Bloomington South, Marcioni making a drive as well. Mount Vernon and O'Daniel is now our leader. Hopefully Caleb has got enough left to hang on to second place.
He's really driving those shoulders down as he finishes each stroke, trying to catch as much distance as he can. It's going to be really tight.
I think Marcioni may have just taken the lead over Caleb for second place. O'Daniel finishing first.
Oh,
Marcioni in second and Caleb Heck in third.
Caleb Heck just out-touched. 2:23.01 for Heck. 2:23.01, a really good swim. He's a 2:23.95. You can't complain about a time drop. I got to wonder if he didn't lose his cap there at the end of that third 50, if that changes that a little bit in such a tight race, Brian. All right. Over in the white pool, we got the girls' 200 backstroke going on. And they are finishing up Heat 1.
All right, moving over to the boys' pool. This is event 26, 50-yard butterfly. In lane 3, Matulis, Ayers in 4, Gentry in 5, Burchett in 6, Irwin in 7, and Campbell in 8. pretty much a Bloomington heat here with Bloomington North and South taking all but one of the swimmers. Early leader is Asher Matulis down here in lane 3 from Bloomington South. No time in this event. Heat 2, Rayan Roan in 1, Liam Robbins 2, Grant Kellum 3, Clayton Green 4, Nate Smith 5, Isaac Rowland 6, Bach Hugh 7, Christian Stone 8, Aaron Yetgin in 9, and Jackson Thompson in 10. We've got a 3-way tie in this event, or this heat, Mark, with 29 flat, lanes 4 through 6. So let's watch the center of the pool.
This is going to be a real interesting race for sure. Usually these races that are heats 1 and 2 aren't as tight. You know, you got really wide variance in seed times. Not in this case, though.
Well, this is a really good example about what Brad was talking about before the start of the race.
Younger guys need to catch points.
Yep. These tier 2, tier 3 guys got to step up.
Yep. Over in the other pool, Coco Gonzalez finishing up her 200 backstroke. We'll get her time as she finishes here.
Got some outside heat going on here in this second heat of the 50 fly with Jackson Thompson up in lane 10, our leader going into the first 25. Also lane 1, Rayan Rowe out ahead of the pack as well.
Coco Gonzalez finishing second in her heat, 2:35.27.
Yeah,
Great swim for Coco.
Some outside smoke here with our first place finisher in lane 1, Rayan Rowe. In lane 10, Jackson Thompson in 2. And then Aaron Yetgin in 3, or third place in lane 9. Don't see that very often.
You never see that. I'm going to use the word for the initiated, Brian, the inverted arrow, right? Like you never see the middle of the pool at the back of the arrow, you know, pointing the other way. So that didn't happen very often. 1 and 2 are in lanes 1 and 10. 1 and 10.
All right, so heat 3 for the boys coming up here with Johnny Bolivar in 1, Alex Madeira in 2, Ty Madeira in 3, Noah Connor in 4, Eric Jensen 5, Noah Simon 6, Dylan Wong 7, Ethan West at 8, Griffin Butts at 9, and Jack Udrissals at 10.
Okay, over in the other pool, Lula Brown finishing out the 200 backstroke, Jordan DeVois in lane 2, Hollinsworth in lane 3, Ella Reismer in 4, Mayer in 5, Brooke Trammell in lane 6, Minnick in 7, Grace Campbell in 8, Huffman in 9, and Poling in 10.
Noah Connor in lane 4 from Homestead looking really, really strong in his 50 fly. Going to come in at a 24.40, seated at a 26.48. So
good drop. That's a great
2-second drop.
Homestead going 1 and 2. Dylan Wong 26.21. Strong showing for Homestead out there in heat 3. Out early in the other race in the 200 back in the other pool, Brooke Trammell in second place, splitting out 107.60. Followed closely by Grace Campbell at 111.97. Jordan DeVois 112.31.
All right, for our final heat of the boys 50 fly, Connor Schmickmeyer in 1, Nikhil Iyer in 2, Everett Loney 3, Anthony Quadros 4, Ozzie Janskowski 5, Henry Linus 6, Jaden Shaw 7, Ben Lopez 8, Cameron Mazdai 9, Harrison Webb 10. This is going to be a flat-out shootout.
A knockdown, drag-out final here. Third 50 splits are in. Brooke Trammell still holding second. Jordan DeVois in 7th, and Grace Campbell in 6th.
Our veteran deck ref down here, Greg Ward, having to do a little bit of surgery on one of the start blocks on the wedge. Those things can be a little tricky if they don't lock in right.
Yeah, they're very tricky if they don't lock in right. Finishing second over here in the 200 back for the girls, Brooke Trammell, 35.21 for her last split. Coming in at 2:18.16. In 6th place, Jordan DeVois, 36.88. Coming in at 2:27.37, and Grace Campbell finishing out the field in 10th.
We got to watch this 50 fly over here. This is going to be anyone's race at this point. You get this group of guys together, you don't know what's going to happen.
Henry Linus looking really good. I got to like his underwaters. They've got to give him the advantage, Brian. Let's see if he goes the 15 meters. It would appear he is. Oh, man. Yep. Look at that. Right up at the block. Holy cow. That's a huge advantage, and he finishes first.
23.18 with Ozzie Jankowski coming in second place at 23.56. Third place, Cameron Mazdai at 24:13. So many swimmers all within a second of each other.
And the Arizona State commit, Henry Linus, 23:18 in the 50 fly. That is lights out. Again, a great maybe preview of what the A final will look like here at State here pretty soon in the upcoming weeks. Mazdai, no slouch himself, age group champion multiple times between the ages of 10 and 14. We'll see if he can improve over the next couple weeks. All right, over in the white pool, the girls are up in the 200 breast, and in the red pool, we have the 100 IM.
In lane 2 for Bloomington North, Brian Wang. In 3 for Bloomington South, Ankit Kumar. In 4 for Homestead, Ben Lopez. In 5 for Bloomington North, Gabrielle Slaper. In 6 for Bloomington North, Jackson Tobrell. And in lane 8 for Bloomington North, Hank.
All right, so we're going to now kind of transition over to the girls' 200-yard breaststroke. Finishing up this first heat in lane 4, Hiroto. In lane 5, Zulak. In lane 6, Ren. And in lane 7, Voorhees. These guys are finishing up here. They're getting ready to finish their midway through their race here at the 100 mark. Halfway through the event. Up in the next heat, Pietrkowski from Bloomington South that will be in lane 1. Chadwick will be in lane 2. Caitlin Lay from Center Grove High School in 3. Avery Matern, who's having a sensational meet today, in lane 4. Emily Wang from Bloomington South seated in number 1 in lane 5. Natalie Kramer seated in 2nd from Homestead in lane 6. Eliza Shop from Center Grove in lane 7. And it's going to be a knockdown drag-out between Matern, Wang, Kramer, and Shop. In lane 8, Blitz from Bloomington South. Kinsley Ayersman, the freshman, in lane 9 from Center Grove, seated in at 2:45, looking for her to drop off that time. And Callie Allen in lane 10 from Bloomington North. Going to be a great race here in this second heat, Brian.
One more 50 to go on the girls' side. The boys just wrapped up Heat 1 of the 100-yard IM. In Heat 2, we've got Davis in 1, Corbett Clarkson in 2, Metzger 3, Brooks 4, Dunblazer 5, Roland 6, Ujasals 7, Merritt 8, Prismatic 9, and Lockbeiler in 10.
And really, this is going to be this boys 100 IM that you're following over here, Brian. Matthew Quadros and Peter Kovacs and Hayden Lanham from Homestead are really going to be the guys to look at. It's going to be a really good race there.
Yeah, so far, Homestead on this Heat 2 of the boys is currently first and second place. Wes Brooks, our leader at the moment, with his teammate Reese Merritt not far behind him.
Dunblazer, Roland, and Udersals, all three charging here in the middle of this race. And the 100 IM, usually a 10 and under event. Really excited that that's turned into a senior level event.
Yeah, looking at Heat 3 of the boys in the IM, we got Chang, Madeira, Marcioni, Groniger, Weaver, Seidenfaden, Van Sant, Norrick, Norton, and Groppel to round out that field.
All right, over on the white pool, Heat 2, Petrowski, Chadwick, Lay, Matern, Wang, Kramer, Shop, Blitz, Ayersman, and Allen. Keep your eyes on lanes 3 through 7.
The pack all really tight after that first 25 between lanes 3 through 7, like you mentioned, Mark.
And Matern really being the X factor. She had a great 50 earlier. Excellent 100 breaststroker. Really her specialty in this event. We watched her in the 400 IM really make her move in this discipline of stroke. And so she's really out to the early lead. But right next to her, out in lane 3, Center Grove's Caitlin Lay pushing the issue and maybe out to a little bit of a lead over Matern.
On the boys' side, we've got Moses Weaver and Cameron Seidenfaden fighting it out for the first place in the third heat of the 100 IM.
All right, about halfway through, 4 to the finish here on the halfway through mark. Avery Matern definitely going to have to turn it up here in the back half. Caitlin Lay out in first, 39.26. Avery Matern, 39.85 in second. Emily Wang, 39.55. Natalie Kramer, 39. Eliza Shop is in fifth. And Caitlin Lay, Brian, the surprise out here in lane 3, really making a statement about a body length ahead of the rest of the field.
Yeah, she's really been putting the work in outside with practice and outside the pool, so she's really been coming up strong over the last couple months.
We'll see if she can hold on after this last 50. Sneaking up out there in lane 6 from Homestead, Natalie Kramer.
Seated 10 seconds behind the lead seat time at this point. She was at a 2:36.
Wang has had a very tough schedule today, swimming both distance events today, so maybe that's having a little bit of effect, but I'm taking nothing away from Caitlin Lay, who's really putting down a great time here.
Final heat of the 100 IM for the boys. You got Jones, Connor, Hibisky, Pauziski, Lynham, Quadros, Kovacs, Iyer, Jankowski, and Argyris.
Caitlin Lay going to pull this off, Brian. 2:36 is her seed time, and she's going to drop about 6 seconds to finish first. Coming in at 2:31. What a great swim for Caitlin Lay. Natalie Kramer fishing second, Emily Wang third. Avery Matern sneaking in there fourth. Eliza Shop fifth.
Yeah, Caitlin's time, I think, is misrepresented. We must have had an issue with the touchpad.
Yeah, they have an issue with the touchpads down there. I had her in at 2:31. What a great swim by Caitlin Lay.
Whoa.
Peter Kovacs going to 50.89 in the 100 IM.
Lights out. Matthew Quadros, 53.83 for Center Grove. Hayden Lyman, 50.98, a close second. And Loga Pawinski, 53.33, 50 point. Wow.
Event 25, girls 50-yard butterfly, heat 1 of 3.
All right, finishing up the girls here. They're going to go 50 butterfly, 100 IM.
Time is 12:53. It's relay time.
Up in the first heat, Lila Hopkins from Bloomington North, Lila Allison from Bloomington North, Nora Hiller from Bloomington North, Audrey Johnson from Bloomington North, Ada McAlpine from Bloomington North, and Bree Watkins from Bloomington North. Bloomington North beat, Brian.
Yeah, so on the boys' side, we're currently under a 5-minute break, and then we're going to go into the last event for the boys, which is going to be the 400-yard freestyle relay. We've got 2 heats of that event, but for the time being, we'll focus our energy over on the girls who are in the 50-yard fly. Our winner of this heat is Nora Hiller from Bloomington High School North.
33.20, good swim by her. Coming up next in Heat 2, Pravi Sharvan in lane 1 from Center Grove, Mackenzie Verbrick, Homestead, lane 2, Brooklyn Vogel, lane 3 from Bloomington South, Sakura Forney, Bloomington South, lane 4. In lane 5, Ella Reichling, Homestead. In lane 6, Amelia McLaughlin from Bloomington South. Eakin Harper from lane 7 in Bloomington South. Peyton Hutchinson, Center Grove, lane 8. Carly Eldridge, the senior, lane 9 from Center Grove. And Cramble Warren, lane 10 from Bloomington South. And they are out. Really tight in the middle of the pool. Looks like the slight lead is in lane 7. Eakin Harper, not a surprise, an amazing athlete. Had a really good day.
Lane 5, Lane 6, Amelia McLaughlin.
Ella Reisling from Homestead has now pulled ahead, and it looks like she's going to be the one in the middle of the pool to win this heat.
Hutchison, Center Grove. 9th, Carly Eldridge.
Reisling, 29.10.
Campbell Warren, Bloomington South.
All right, up in this last heat, Liliana Hollinsworth from Homestead in lane 1, Isabella Benthal in lane 2, Bailey Forsyth in lane 3, Mia Bishop in lane 4, McCarthy Mailer in 5, Addison Matern in 6, Ella Wells in 7, Campbell Ayersman in 8, Adeline Temple in 9, and Parika Buss in 10. I really got to think Addison Matern has a slight advantage in this field. Keep your eyes on lane 6. First to the wall is going to be Matern out in 6. See if she can get it off of the wall here.
Yeah, McCartney was a little quick off that wall. It's too hard to tell from this angle. It does look like Homestead's got a slight lead. Your winner is going to be Homestead. Mailer at a 26.06 with Addison Matern right on the legs at 26.49.
Great swim by Matern. Rounding it out for Center Grove, Campbell Ayersman out in 6th place, 28.92. Adeline Temple in lane 9, 29.52. Finishing 6th and 7th, respectively. All right, the girls' 50 fly is now over. We are moving on to the 100 IM.
In lane 4 is Nora Hiller. Lane 5, Hannah Racer. Lane 6, Gwen Hitchcock. And in lane 7, Alyssa Fendel.
Again, this is usually an event historically has been swum by 10 and unders. And so I'm real excited that we're bringing this in. You saw a really exciting race on the boys' side at 50 point. That is just unbelievably quick. So really cool that they're turning that back into a senior level event.
It wasn't long ago that a 50 point in the 100 free would get you a title, let alone a 100 IM.
I know. Thank goodness for Streamline Dolphin Kick, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Nora Hiller, our leader by a mile in this 100 IM right now. Not surprising as this is a newer event. We've got several no times, all no times in this first heat. So it's really anyone's guess as far as who's going to win this. But Nora Hiller, as we mentioned, is off to an early lead. Give it a quick look back. Probably can't believe how far back everybody else is.
Right, probably. You're probably correct there. Good breaststroke leg here. Bringing it home.
All right, going into our last 25. It's a fight for second place at this point.
And getting ready to bring it home in first, lane 4, Nora Hiller from Bloomington North, finishing her last leg in 43.76 for 121.29.
All right, looking at Heat 2, we've got Sophia Wren in 1, Chloe Madeira 2, Layla Hopkins 3, Corinne Ream 4, Caroline Walker 5, Kate Emschweiler 6, Anna Lynn Beal in 7, Ada McAlpin in 8, Isabel Keller Martinelli in 9, and Lila Allenson in 10.
While these guys are in the water, Brian, we're going to see the return of Caitlin Lay here in this last heat. She had a great 200 breaststrokes just a few minutes ago. Hopefully she's had enough time to cool down and get back up on the block for this 100 IM. Also in this last heat for Center Grove, Lila Argyris, Kinsley Ayersman, Carly Eldridge, who also just swam, but a name we haven't heard for a while since the 1000s. Savannah Yankee is going to be coming back out to swim the 100 IM here in just a few minutes.
All right, wrapping up the first 50 of Heat 2. Caroline Walker is our leader going into the breaststroke with lane 2, Chloe Madeira, and lane 1, Sophia Wren, not too far behind.
Heat 1 and 2. Mr. Starter.
We've got a three-way fight for first place in this heat between lanes 1, 2, and 5.
I think 5 now has pulled ahead just slightly. We'll see how it looks coming down the end here. And Caroline Walker does pull it out from Bloomington South. Coming in about a 1:14.19.
And in the red pool, we just had Heat 1 of our final event, the 400 free relay, enter the pool with Bloomington South C in lane 4, Bloomington North A in 5, and Center Grove D in 6. For our third heat of the 100 IM, we've got Grace Dickmeyer in 1, Olivia Ray in 2, Audrey Pietrzakowski in 3, Samantha Sims in 4, Sarah Bueller 5, Isabel Benthal 6, Kaylin Godfrey 7, Marin Romine 8, Sydney Garston in 9, and Riley Reynolds in 10. Looking back over to the boys, Bloomington North A has currently got the lead. I believe we're getting ready to have our second swimmer enter the water here as we complete that first leg of the relay.
Lane 4, Samantha Sims. 5th, Sarah Bueller.
Our current leader on the girls' pool in the Heat 3 of the IM is Lane 8, Marin Romine, about a body length ahead as we transition into the breaststroke.
Looking pretty good here as we transition into breaststroke for Romine. Great pull out. And she is about a body length ahead, or half a body length ahead of the field. Charging up, though, in the middle of the pool, Samantha Sims. I'm sorry, not Samantha Sims.
That's going to be Sarah Bueller
Sarah
from
Bueller,
Bloomington
I'm looking
North.
at the wrong shoulder. Yep.
Yep.
And Bueller making a case for it, but I think Romine.
Looks like Romine's going to have the lead with Bueller in second place. Third's going to probably go to lane 3, which is Pietrkowski. Oh, Grace Dickmeyer coming in with lane 1 for third place.
Yeah, she did sneak in there. Wow.
All right, in our final heat of the girls 100 IM, we've got Carly Eldridge in 1, Lila Argueras 2, Kinsley Arisman 3, Caitlin Lay 4, Peyton McDaniel 5, Savannah Yankee 6, Caitlin Yak 7, Mila Burkott 8, Callie Allen in 9, and Leona Wang in 10.
Okay, so Caitlin Lay, Peyton McDaniel, and Savannah Yankee. Yankee's had some time to rest. Hopefully Lay is cooled down and ready to go after that 200 breaststroke, and they're off. Lay still looking strong. Lay and Yankee out early.
Peyton McDaniel, our leader, as we finish up the butterfly leg of this race. Remember that the breaststroke is obviously the favorite for Caitlin Lay.
Yankee looks like she's got a slight edge over the competitor next to her. We'll see when they touch. And Yankee is in second place, or tied for second place.
Exact tie.
Who will have the better breaststroke freestyle leg?
Peyton
Here comes
McDaniel
Lay.
pulling it out, but yeah, Lay is coming up with that really strong breaststroke.
Lay's coming up. She's feeling the breaststroke today, Brian. She is pulling into second place. She's just got to close the deal here. Who will it be? Yankee, Lay, or Yak?
McDaniel, our winner, finishing with a time.
And who's it going to be? Caitlin Lay. Wow.
McDaniel at a 59.74. Caitlin Lay second place at a 103.78. Right at her seed time. That was a great race, Mark.
Dude, today's Caitlin Lay's day, for sure. She is just having a fantastic day. Hard to come back. You've done this before, right? Hard to come back 7 minutes later and go throw it down. Like, kudos to her. What a great swim. What a great swim.
All right, we're going to go back over to the boys' side. So the girls are starting a 5-minute break before they go into the relay. And we are going to be doing our last event for the boys' side. Heat 2 of the 400-yard freestyle. We've got Center Grove C in 1, Homestead C in 2, Homestead B in 3, Bloomington South A in 4, Homestead A in 5, Center Grove A in 6, Center Grove B in 7, Mount Vernon A in 8, and Bloomington South B in 9.
Big swim here for the boys. We're getting ready to look. You know, all day long, it's been Homestead, Bloomington South, and Center Grove, and this one's going to be no different. Homestead has an advantage here, but Bloomington South seated in at 319. Center Grove seated in at 324. I really look for them to make a little bit of a move here. We'll see how it pans out. We got Weaver, Raghavendra, Heck, and Gronginger for Center Grove B, and for Center Grove A, we got Bridges, Quadros, and Linus. Seated in at 312. About 7 seconds difference between Seidenfaden, Easton Zhao, Schmeckenbeyer, and Kovacs. And Kovacs being the anchor for that group.
Yeah, our lead seed time for this is Homestead in lane 5 at a 3:05.67. Next closest is 7 seconds off, which is Center Grove. But at this point in the season, it's really hard to go based off seed time because that could be their fastest time from last year.
Matthew Quadros is having a great day today. Henry Linus is having an amazing day today. I really look for the back half of this relay to shine.
Mason Bridges and Moses Weaver leading off for our Center Grove A and B, respectively. Homestead out to an early lead.
In 6, Mason Bridges. In 7, Moses Weaver. In 8, Ryan McCollum. And in lane 9, Jackson Thompson.
really great battle over there between Mason and Moses.
As we flip out, Homestead A 23-29 at the feet. Bloomington High School South 23, Center Grove A 23, all three at 23.
Mason Bridges looking to try to safely secure a second place spot as we go to our first transition here. Up next for Center Grove is Ethan West down in lane 1, Anthony Quadros in lane 6, and Ian Raghavendra in 7.
Great exchange for our A relay. Keep your eyes on Homestead B down there in lane 3. Look at that. That is an unbelievable move there.
Yeah, once again, I mean, Homestead's got 3 relays in this, A, B, and C, which just shows you the depth of that team. Still comfortably Homestead A in first place with Center Grove A in second. Pretty tight battle for third place between Homestead B and Bloomington South A.
About a body length down. Matthew Quadros and Henry Linus have their work cut out for him here. We'll see how it goes.
Up next for Center Grove, we've got Kyan Wilson in lane 1, Matthew Quadros in lane 6, and Caleb Heck in lane 7. Let's see what Matthew can do here and maybe potentially get closer to taking over the lead here.
Matthew's got to make up about half of this for sure. We'll see. He's closing in on his feet. $23.09 for Matthew. He's got to get in there.
Yeah, he's making up some ground.
Let's see if he can get to his feet. We need a really good exchange here. It's going to be tight, I think. And Matthew getting some of the work done. We'll see what Henry Linus can do. He's got 100.
And we can't forget about Zach Groniger going to a final anchor leg up there in lane 7. He could move us up one spot.
All right, here comes Henry. All right, Henry's made up a little bit here. Turnover rate's phenomenal. Henry's at his feet.
Yeah, you know Henry wants to win this one.
He's at his feet. He's at his knees. Here he is at his
waist.
Here he comes. This is going to be a great last 50, Brian. Wow, Henry Linus putting this relay on his back.
Henry split a 20.95 in the first 50 of the 100.
Here we
go!
Oh, my gosh.
Blowing up.
Holy cow. He's at his waist. I think this is done, Brian.
Here we go!
There it is. Henry Linus getting it done, making up 2 body links.
I cannot wait to see this split time.
3:11.
24:43.
Woo! 44. 40. Oh, my God. Wow. They had a meet last night, right? In practice today. 44?
I think it was a 45 low, but
did I read that right? Holy cow. Center Grove A pulling it out. Homestead A in second. Bloomington South in third. Center Grove B in fourth. Center Grove B in fifth. Homestead B in fourth. Homestead C in sixth. Center Grove C in seventh. What an exciting race. Henry Linus bringing it back. Matthew Quadros made up just enough. Put him in a good position.
Yeah, that was one heck of a day. I mean, talk about 3 powerhouse teams between CG, Bloomington South, and Homestead. It's going to be one heck of a championship season.
All right, we are getting ready to finish up the last heat of the girls' 200 free relay. They are behind the block. First heat is in the water.
We've got our first leg in the water right now with Bloomington North B relay leading so far as we go into the second leg.
Bloomington North B in the first, splitting 104.17. C 106.82. D 112.36. And C, Bloomington North C at 116.
That concludes the action in the red pool.
In the water right now in lane 4 is Caroline Shuttlesworth, Rylan Reynolds in 5, Aubrey Johnson in 6, and Reed Buffum in 7. Lane 6, Bloomington North B still has a sizable lead with lane 4, Bloomington South C in second place.
And swimming the third lane, lane 4, Bloomington South, Anna Schmeckmeyer. Lane 5,
All right.
Homestead.
Rounding out halfway through.
Our swimmers for this third leg in lane 4 is Anna Schmeckmeyer. Lane 5, Julia Deluzak. Lane 6, Nora Hiller. And in lane 7, Hannah Racer.
Splitting out at 34 flat. Lane 6 is in the lead. Followed closely by lane 4, 34, 33. These guys are wrapping up here this third leg.
I'll have the results for the boys ball here shortly.
All right, our anchor leg for all 4 lanes up on the block and ready to go. Sophie Richardson in lane 4. Lila Chadwick in lane 5. Isabel Keller Martinelli in 6. And Layla Hopkins in 7 as we finish up heat 1 of this final event.
Really great day for the boys team and the girls team here at Center Grove. Boy, what a great last relay. I didn't think they had it in them. I thought that one was a foregone conclusion. What an amazing last 2 legs by those 2 boys. We'll have to go look at the meet mobile to get the. I think it was 44. I really do. That was just unreal. All righty. Getting ready to wrap it up. Homestead charging up now in the middle of the pool. Homestead D taking the lead here. Last turn coming home. Lila Chadwick pulling ahead for her team here on the anchor leg.
Mason Bridges split a 49.92. Anthony Quadros a 47.8. Matthew went a 49.39, and Henry went a 45.38.
Oh, unbelievable.
Homestead, lane 5.
All right.
So real quick, Mark, these are unofficial results, but for the boys as it stands right now, in 5th place, Mount Vernon at 150, Bloomington North at 238.5, Bloomington South at 491, Homestead in 2nd at 528, and your winner of the Holiday Classic, Center Grove boys, at 778 points and a half.
Wow.
Meaning that we had a tie.
Yeah, we had one tie. What a great statement win for Center Grove. Because Homestead is a very good team.
Yeah, as we talked about, I mean, you've got probably 4 or 5 teams in the state that are all going to be fighting for second place at state. 3 of them are here.
Exactly, 3 of them are here. 3 of them are here. Good to finish on top head to head.
So I'm sure that's a very, very, very good outlook for Brad and what was done this season so far with these boys as they're all cooling down. And we got our last heat of the competition going on. Center Grove C in 1, Mount Vernon A in 2, Bloomington South A in 3, Center Grove B in 4, Center Grove A in 5, Homestead A in 6, Homestead B in 7, Homestead C in 8, Bloomington North A in 9, and Bloomington South B in 10.
Trammell and Matern in the water in 4 and 5, and Addison Matern definitely feeling it here as she goes out. 26-45 for Matern. Trammell 27-45 in 3rd.
Center Grove A is pulling away as we conclude this first leg with Homestead and Bloomington South and Center Grove B all right there together. Our second swimmers are going to be Ira Kontak in 1, Isabella Benthal in 2, Mia Bishop in 3, Adeline Temple in 4, Savannah Yankee in 5, Marin Romine in 6, Mila Burkott in 7, Kate Emschweiler 8, Sydney Garrison 9, and Leighton Huffman in 10.
And Savannah Yankee taking a commanding lead and lengthening the lead here in the middle of the pool. I think she's probably going to flip it about a 26 here. Looking really strong kick. Coming off that 100 IM finish. 26.34 for her. Great first leg. Center Grove B climbing back up into it. Flipping out at 27.80.
Yeah, our third leg swimmer for Center Grove B is going to be Jordan DeVos, and then Eliza Schott for Center Grove A, and then Center Grove C is going to be Keely Shields. Center Grove A still with a sizable lead.
Savannah Yankee doing her job, lengthening out that lead. Up next,
Eliza Schott.
Schott's had a great meet today. You can see just a strong kick, lengthening that lead out, looking good. Center Grove B getting it done down there in lane 4. Just needs to finish 4th here.
Still an incredible battle for second place between Homestead and Bloomington South.
26.56 for Shop. Great lead leg there.
Our anchor leg swimmers for Center Grove is Maggie Swisher in 1. For Center Grove C, Center Grove B is going to be Netta Weiser, and then Avery Matern for Center Grove A in lane 5.
About a half pool length lead now for Shop. Shop is going to be handing it off
to Avery Matern.
Avery Matern.
Maggie Swisher, lane 2, Mount Vernon is Delaney Biggerstaff. Lane 3, Bloomington South.
And about a half pool length lead here. And Avery's going to be really hard to beat on a half pool length lead.
Yeah, I still think the battle of this race is for second place between Homestead and Bloomington South.
And Homestead suited up wearing their tech suit. I give them a slight advantage on that.
They do appear to be pulling away just so slightly. Not much of a difference between them. Center Grove, easy going to call it, is going to win this one, but really the showdown.
Lane 2. Check out lane 2 here. Mount Vernon moving.
Whoa, where did they come from?
Wow, look at Mount Vernon.
Lane 1, Center Grove C.
Oh, that's okay. I thought Mount Vernon had their wrong 25. All right.
So Center Grove, our winner. Official time, 3 minutes, 40 seconds. Second place, 8 seconds away. Homestead A at a 3:48. What a statement.
Statement win. Center Grove going 1-4. Excellent way to finish the meet. We'll get your unofficial point total for them here in just a second. Brian, what a fantastic day of racing. Boy, the relays there at the end. The boys, definitely the future looks really bright. Brad Smith has a lot of options on where he wants to distribute talent for all 3 relays when we go to state, giving the boys a ton of versatility. And the girls stepping up today after, everybody getting practiced this morning and having a meet last night. And, really just really excited about the close of the season for these 2 teams.
You might have to help me here, but is there a way that a team can have more than 1 relay at the state finals?
No, I don't think so. So I think you just get one and you get your alternates attached to it. All right. Well, as we wait for these totals to come down, again, we know the boys have unofficially won. We're going to wait for Meet Mobile to update here and get you an unofficial total for the girls. Also very likely that they pulled ahead, especially after winning that last relay and then beating everybody else's B relay with our B relay.
So without the relay, again, this is without the relay for the women. Bloomington North was in 5th place, Mount Vernon in 4th, Bloomington South in 3rd, Homestead in 2nd, and Center Grove right now with about a 50-point lead. So
safe to say they probably pulled it out. Yes, yeah. We'll get the official. Again, maybe somebody got DQ'd. In that relay. I don't think so. I didn't see anybody raise their hand. But maybe somebody got DQ'd, so we'll wait for Craig Linus to read the official results here in just a minute. While we have the time, we are going to read our sponsors. Today's Center Grove Swimming and Diving Meet is being presented by the Matt Green Agency of American Family Insurance. The Matt Green Agency provides insurance for vehicle, property, personal, and commercial. For a free quote, call 317-780-1000. The Matt Green Agency of American Family Insurance is proud to support today's Center Grove Swimming and Diving Meet coverage. Also, we'd like to extend a huge thanks to our diamond sponsors, Texas Roadhouse, the Sycamore at Mallow Run, our platinum sponsors, Jeff and Danielle Udasals, the Matt Green Agency of American Family Insurance, the South of Chicago Pizza and Yard Signs, our gold sponsorships, Long's Brothers Tree Service, Amy Counts Photography, Red Oak Real Estate, and Caring Transitions, our silver sponsors, Crossroads Tax Service, Parsettage Custom Homes, Tried and True Ale House, Motivation Driver Education, La Herenda 2 Mexican Restaurant, South Grove Eye Care, Chick-fil-A, Rise and Roll Bakery, Center Grove Aquatic Club, and our bronze sponsors, my personal favorite, Crumble Cookie, my sole reason for training and motivation for, trying to do something with my life, and Panera Bread.
I think they're going to have to start paying you.
I'll take free cookies. I'm cheap. I'm real cheap. I hope they heard that. I meant that. Free cookies.
All right, still waiting on the final point totals to come in. Seeing all the coaches debriefing with their teams around the pool deck. Some of these guys have got a bit of a drive home today, so we hope that they're super safe on their way back. Pretty safe to say that we're on the back half of the season now, and days are going to start getting longer, and yardage is going to start hopefully going down here a little bit.
Everything gets better.
Yes. So, it's being a swimmer, Mark, as you know, this is a great time of the year. Hopefully we don't have too many major weather events that are going to be happening this year, but it's going to be an action-packed season going into sectionals in the state. We've got a really big summer coming up with some of these kids going in, as we mentioned, senior nationals. And we're only a few years away from the next Olympic trials in 2028, which again will be here in Indianapolis.
Wonderful opportunity for the city of Indianapolis. You and I are both lucky enough to volunteer last time. It was a wonderful experience, as was most of our club and most of our kids.
Yeah, if you watch the Olympic trials, I think that our little kiddos got some recognition for carrying the baskets. The funny thing is when you were on the pool deck, when those basket kids came running around, everybody got
out of their way. Yeah. They were flying. I was a lifeguard. You were an official. Boy, there's a lot that happens behind the curtain that that most people don't get to see. And those kids, especially for the 50 free, man, they were moving.
All right, so all of the events are into Meet Mobile at this point, and as expected, if I can say that, expected. Your winner is Center Grove at 666 points, with Homestead just 60 points behind at second place. Bloomington South 458, Mount Vernon at 227, and Bloomington North at 162. So awesome sweep
Lights out, man.
For the boys and girls today.
All right, we were just waiting for the official announcement.
All right, looks like the scores are being handed over to Craig Linus, our on-deck announcer for this meet. Hopefully that means we'll have some official scores here in just a moment.
And for those of you wondering when our next televised meet will be, we'll wait here. Hold on a second.
Of the 2026 Center Grove High School Holiday Invitational, starting with the girls' team scores in 5th place with 162 points, Bloomington North. In 4th place with 227 points,
for the
Mount
boys,
Vernon High School.
In 4th place, Mount Vernon.
In 3rd place with 458 points,
in 3rd place,
South.
Bloomington South.
In 2nd place with 606 points,
And in
Homestead.
2nd place, Homestead with 606 points. And Center Grove in 1st place, as expected. Yep.
Center Grove. Congratulations, ladies.
So the girls walk away with the title today.
And here are your boys' team scores.
For the boys,
5th place with
Mount
150
Vernon in
points,
5th place with
Mount
150.
In 4th place with 238
Bloomington North
points.
in 4th place with 238.5 points.
With 491 points.
In 3rd place, Bloomington South with 491 points. In 2nd place, Homestead with 528 points. And your holiday invitational winner, Center Grove High School boys, 678.5. You may be wondering, Brian, when our next televised coverage will be. I'm sure you're sitting on the edge of your seat asking yourself that question. The answer is Thursday, January 29th is our dual meet against Franklin Community at 5:30. Coverage will start about 5:15. Please tune in to check out all of the swimming and diving coverage for the boys and girls.
As always, Mark, really enjoy doing this with you.
Yep, absolutely.
Thanks for having me again, and I'll be signing off. Thank
All right.
you.
Till the next time,